Good rising, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Talk with me, Karen B. Sorry for my tardy, but I've already had my enough coffee for today, and I still wanted something hot to drink, so I had to use the hot pot thing and boil some water so I could get some tea going in my cup, because, yeah, I still want to drink hot liquids. Anyway, welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope my intro was not too long. Hello, Leo Slayer on Rumble, and whoever's watching on Rockfin and wherever else you're watching could be on the Book of Face. But I need to go share my stream over there real quick, which is streaming on not my personal page, but a page called Deception, Fraud, and Fakery. That is managed by Rose of Crow 777.com. Well, it's Rose of Crow 777 Radio.com. Ow. Let me just share that. So I saw Crumb in the chat to begin with. I don't know if he's still here, if he went back to sleep, but that was a surprise. I just don't see you here that early. Like, ever. Psyop within a psyop. Spicy Sarah, commercial sound and video, TC, Zam Mam, Billing Tano Ola. Hi Carrie, Tony Coriolis, Caleb Olson. Good times for all. Dose of Reality, aka Brian of the House of Stavely. Scrotal Xerox, Alpine Endeavor, Liz the Iron Maiden, Voy, Ben Balderson. Look at this good looking crowd right here, right? Graybeard, 5 times 1,000, Billingtano, Testrat 11, Valley Parks, CPro 6, Artist Seer, Arizona, moved to Kentucky, secured their hummingbirds and took Remy for his poop. Yeah, no more Remington, unfortunately, anymore. So there was no... And the hummingbirds have all started to migrate south, so there's no hummingbirds and there's no Remington. The tardy was all me. I really can't make any excuses today. Yeah, I was actually really missing Remington the other day. I started to get sad about it again because I went and I found my old cooking streams that I did, and in one of them, Remy's barking in the beginning, and I'm like, shush, Remy, and I'm like, oh, now I miss his barks, you know? My Doge, miss my Doge still. Edwin Messenger, shalom. The best day of my life, nice. I need a kettle. I got one of them, you know, it is like a kettle. It's like an electric one. There's something funky going on. Is my sound okay? It wasn't half as long as Stavely's intros. That's funny. Hello from Durham. Hello in Durham. Alright, cool. Alright, thank you for confirming that. Alright. Because I heard, like, static in my headphones a little bit. I don't know if you guys heard that. Anywho. Yeah. So how's everybody doing today? What are we doing today? What's the word on the street? What is the word on the street? I had so many trolls on my channel, you guys. Okay, so last week we talked about that SpaceX thing, right? That SpaceX launch. And then I made that video. The next day I was like, well, let me make a shareable video about it, because that was actually pretty interesting. Oh my god, the trolls. I got so many trolls on my channel, it's not even funny. Not even funny. Like, they... I had like numerous, they're still there. I haven't deleted them. My comments are sent to approval only because of stuff like this, right? Like, this is my channel. I get that I put myself out there for criticizing, you know, when I put myself publicly on video and I make videos. Like, I get that. I get that. And I'm sure, and I understand some Globies made videos about me saying how stupid I am for the video I made about SpaceX. And that's okay. They can talk shit about me on their channel. Like, I didn't even go watch the videos. But I'm not gonna allow comments on my channel that are like, you fucking idiot, you retard, don't you know how stupid you are, you retarded bitch. You know? Like, I'm just not gonna. And I'm also not gonna promote the derpy derp channels that want to make fun of me for making my video. Like, I just don't care. You guys can go watch it over there. You know? I'm just gonna pretend like they don't exist. Because that's my right. And that is what I choose to do. I just choose to pretend like they just don't exist. That's all. And if they want to talk shit about my channel and send people over here, that's fine. It gave me a lot of views. But I'm not going to approve your incredibly rude, foul-mouthed comments toward me. No. So if any of you people are watching now, and you're here because you just want to troll me, screw you. Exactly, Brian. That's what I'm saying. It's lonely at the top. Boy, the top of what? The top of the garbage heap? Only 1 in 10,000 birds are drones. That's funny. Right? They can't all be drones, because if they were all drones, then the lie wouldn't work. I'm here for Karen doing makeup. Well, you're here just in time, boy. Yeah, Dave McKeegan. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And there's a bunch of comments on my channel where it's like, Dave McKeegan destroyed you. I didn't even click on it. I just was like, whatever. Effed Up World says the word on the street is the globe is gay. That's funny. My park got trashed. Oh, Tony, I'm sorry. Don't you feel like offended? Are you like, dude, do I go to your park and trash your park? That's messed up. Why do people have to be so crappy like that and trash stuff? I really can't stand it when people don't clean up after themselves. Like, at least clean up after yourself. Hey, Crumb's back in chat. I got a beauty tip from you doing your makeup last week. I've changed how... Really? Oh. Well, you're welcome, Liz. Is anyone at all curious why the trolls act like what the trolls act like in real life? I have video of one who actually decided it was a good idea to come sit and like stalk the one of the FEICs that was at a hotel. Was it Denver? Ted was with me, and one of his Globy buddies, who I was actually friends with because they harassed him too, told me that he was there and where he was at, and I was like, oh, I know exactly where he's at. I said, Ted, let's go find this guy. And so we did. We totally went and cornered him, and I made him squirm in his chair, and it was glorious, hilarious. It's like one of the best things ever. It's still on my channel. I love it. That guy hates me to this day. He'll see me and he'll talk shit. It's funny. When you sat with Tyr next to those trolls? Oh, I don't remember. Where was that at? Which one was that at? I do remember, but I don't remember what the surrounding situation was. Was that in Vegas? Yes, Brian. Yes. You guys want to watch it? It's always funny to go back and watch it once in a while. Here, let me find it. We'll play it. I'll play it, and then I'll do my makeup while that's playing. It'll be funny. What was the title of that one? It was so long ago. I'm pretty sure it's still, let me see, FEIC. Oh yeah, break time at FEIC. This is it. This is it.
He's like wondering where is everybody?
Where's everybody? What's up, y'all? I forgot to see Lowry fall off stage.
Oh man.
Oh look, there's another troll right there. That guy. That troll. Hey, you guys, you know what? There's a globy troll here, and I found him.
Right there. It's like finding on our Discord and like that. Yeah.
Should I go bust his ass? That guy over there, that's a troll. Sitting over there. And you're a troll too. Whiska. Creep. Creep. Look at this guy. Thank you, Gregory. But it's I only do it really once a week. Stone, M Stalker. Are you M Stalker? What are you doing here? What do you think you're gonna do here? I see you posting pictures. You think we don't know that you're here trolling? No, I don't think you give a shit. But why are you here?
Why are you approaching me?
But why do you come here?
Why do people watch train wrecks?
I don't watch train wrecks. I ignore train wrecks. I'm not a rubbernecker.
I am a train wreck.
If I think something is a waste of my time, I go somewhere else. That's what they act like in real life.
Come take pictures outside. I'm gonna get naked if you want.
There's two. You guys get a twofer. This is a troll, A flat
you
earth
guys.
troll
This
and a
is
globy troll in one video.
M Stalker troll. He came to hang out at the Flat Earth Convention because he says he wants to watch a train wreck.
Wow. Sad.
And of course, Ted's there with me, so what's he gonna do?
Everybody, she's videoing me. She's got a camera in my face. She thinks it's,
She got a camera in my face. I don't think, no, but I can get someone to make you leave. Yes, I can.
What am I doing?
What
of
are you
course is
doing?
bullshit,
Why are you
but-
here? What do you want? What do you want? He's just sitting here looking sad and pathetic by himself. Says he wants to watch a train wreck. Got nothing better to do except for hang out with a bunch of flat earthers. Right? Why do you hang out with flat earthers if you think it's stupid? But you're not even hanging out. You're not even where all the action is. You're just sitting here by yourself posting pictures with your M Stalker name. What do you mean, where's the action?
You just said I'm not where the action is.
Well, yeah, inside the conference.
He talks like he's
Did you
got
buy a ticket?
a dick in his mouth.
Did you purchase a ticket to be here? I'm just asking you a question. Did you purchase a ticket to be here? Did you purchase a ticket to attend the conference? Yes. 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 Oh, I can go confirm it myself because I work in registration. Do you use M Stone or M Stalker to register your ticket here for the conference, sir?
I have to say,
Did you bring proof of the globe?
I did a good job.
Did you bring
reverse
proof of the
trolling
globe?
This asshole.
Did you bring proof of the globe?
I do say so myself.
He wants proof of the globe.
Did you bring proof? I mean, why else would you come to a flat Earth conference if you don't believe the Earth is flat or you have no interest in learning about flat Earth? You must have brought proof.
Sorry, what?
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a no. You have no proof of a globe at all whatsoever. You're just here because you just want to take pictures of us because you're a stalker. You're a low-life, nobody, pathetic loser stalker. Do you want to learn about flat Earth? Do you want to learn about anything? Do you want to prove the globe? Do you have a purpose here?
Thank you, Ted, for standing behind me and
Other
making me
than to
feel
be
so
a turd in
comfortable
the
that I could
chair.
talk that shit. Because it's funny.
So no globe proof? That's a negative. No globe proof. Yeah, do you have any? Of course they're gonna meme me. I don't give a shit.
Meme this.
Are you in Jim Panda server talking with all the other loser trolls who have no life?
You just call Jim Panda a troll? Is that what
Of course he's a troll. Everybody's a troll that hangs out with Jim Panda. You're all a bunch of loser glober trolls with no proof of a globe Earth. You have no life. That's why you come here and hang out with flat earthers, because you guys are sad. You have no worth of your own. So you come here to hang out with us because you guys have no worth otherwise. Well, why else would you be here? You know what I do when I think something is stupid or a waste of time? I ignore it. I waste no time on it. I go spend my time on something that I think is worthy.
with your education? Oh, here we go with the education is indoctrination.
You're like talking to certain confines.
Did you come all by yourself? Do you have any more? Look at him. This guy is such a loser. Look at him over here taking pictures of us.
Yeah, pathetic.
Is everybody watching the loser? Loser. Loser.
Leave me alone. Don't you
Do
get
you
it?
gang stalk people? Do you dox people?
fucking
You're a doxer, aren't you? You stalk other people on the internet and you dox their information? You're a doxer. You're a troll, doxer, loser. Can't deny it. Liar. 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 You know who you've doxed. I'm not going to say their name on here. You do know. Yeah, Gamma Alert. That's the truth. He's not CIA. You're giving him way too much credit if you think he's CIA. Way too much credit. Look at this goober. Goober. Hey, somebody block Shroominotti because he's a troll too, and I don't want to see his bullshit in my stream.
She doesn't like you, Shroomy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't wait for the edit, Karen. When's it going on?
This is live, honey. Yeah. This is live. Yeah. Right now, live streaming. Troll loser.
Didn't you just tell me that when you start things are stupid that you go,
You came to us. Listen, you came here. I'm just showing everybody what you're doing. You came here.
can you see the picture?
Okay. And that's it? So you're just gonna sit here by yourself by the water fountain? Hey, look at the train wreck. This is the train wreck he's watching, you guys. Look it. This is what he's watching. There's nothing here. There's literally nothing here but you, the loser, Glober troll. All right, I'm done. I'm done.
I know. Oh my god.
Hey, you see that guy over there? He's a Globy troll. I just went over and live streamed him being a big sack of shit turd. he's just,
Troll.
yeah, he's a troll.
He's like, I'm here to watch the train.
Hey, there's Watson. Look at that.
In the lobby by the water, like
Yeah,
you
what
are
an
worth
idiot.
a sack of shit.
What's going on here?
That'd be like
This is
us,
me.
like,
I'm just live streaming a break
hello.
time.
I didn't know we were live.
Yeah, this
Hello.
is Watson.
And we're at this awesome conference, Flat Earth Conference. The tribe is converged. The great Flat Earth convergence. I was wondering.
All
if
right.
there was gonna be some- what a lonely trip.
Maybe I should go find the security guy.
Like, we're like gonna go into like a nap.
I already sent his picture to security.
Wait, like it's just retarded.
Oh wait, who? Oh, Carolyn, of course. Of course. Carolyn, I talked to your friend who's here, and I forget her name. All right, anyway.
That's enough of that. What did you guys think about that? I bet they're small, chubby, oily faced guys. Oh, McToon is a total marshmallow. He's short and chubby, like, yeah. Like from what I understand from people who saw him at that debate with Greg Locke and, whatchamacallit, Dean Odell. Right? Greg Locke and Dean Odell. He's like short and like creepy. Just exactly the type of, like, physically the type of person you would imagine given what he does. $5 for a bag of chips. Yeah, you got to meet Watson, Liz. That was pretty cool. I bet he can't remember the last time he's had a random lady be nice. Oh, dude. I mean, that guy's a loser. What do you expect from somebody who hangs out on the opposite side of the hotel, and then when you go over there and you're like, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm watching a train wreck, and you're like, well, we're on the other side of the hotel. You're not even where people are. You know, that's how I knew to walk all the way over from where we were to where that guy was to give him shit. You know? Because that's how he was hiding. He was like, I'm at the hotel. And like, but he wasn't near where anybody was. So that's why I was like, well, let's go find him. Because I don't see him. And then he was posting pictures in the server, and then somebody sent me the picture that he posted, and I was like, oh, I know where that's at. That's on the other side. And so me and Ted walked over to the other side, and there that little bastard was, just sitting in the chair, typing into his iPad all by himself, acting like a hot shit to the other losers that hang out there and troll flat earthers right? Even though he was nowhere near us. Like, I had to go find his ass, and I did. So he wasn't even, like he was no guts. Like, there's other people who show up to these things and then they actually come and talk to us, That happened at, like, in Denver. I think this was Dallas. I think that was Dallas. Right? Four years ago. Yeah, 19. So Dallas was the last one. Look at this tremendous belly. His tremendous belly. Definitely a glober, yeah. Who cares about this guy? Yo, I should look pathetic fucking with him. You look pathetic, a glober, and you mess with this guy. But I was at a flat earth conference and he showed up to try to troll flat earthers at the conference. So I disagree, S. Anderson, but you're welcome to your opinion. Yeah, I used to dye my hair. First time seeing me with black hair, yeah, that's before I stopped dyeing my hair. I mean, is it more pathetic to fuck with them, or is it more pathetic for somebody to come hang out with people that he thinks is stupid just to make fun of them? I don't really care if you think I look pathetic. It was fun and I regret nothing. Absolutely nothing. So there. I'd do it again. I'd do it again. I'm guilty, and I'd do it again without a second thought. That's all I gotta say about that. Problem is, there are trolls that would see that and take note that Karen is an easy target to get an energetic supply from. The paradox of not giving a fuck results in giving away all your fucks. But it was fun. You don't think it's fun to watch a troll squirm in his seat? I do. See, this is the thing, though, I only did that because he was there trying to troll us, so it was reverse troll. And I knew that I had Ted with me and that he wouldn't mess with me and he'd be intimidated. M. Stone. You can tell he's a troll by how he's hiding in his computer. Yeah. He apologized to you, Ben Proper. See, when I saw that guy, you know what I got? I got a dirty look from him. So everybody's like, oh, he's here to apologize. Well, he didn't apologize to me. And that guy, Greg Wiska, spent a whole bunch of time all over Facebook calling me a witch and a shill and whatever other stupid shit he said. I don't know. Like, big time trolling asshole. He never apologized to me, so how come you get an apology and I don't? He just goes straight to trying to get into my group photo right in the fucking front. And I was like, I don't think so. He did. He took like 5 minutes to apologize. That's crazy. When I looked over and I seen him, he gave me a dirty look and looked away. Unless he just has resting dirty look face, which is also possible. Entirely possible. Which, you know, he kind of does. Made you stop and hear him out? Yeah. He didn't have the balls to come talk to me. That's funny. That's funny. And I have had people apologize to me for being rude, to, like unnecessarily mean to me in the past. Other flat earthers, I've had them come to my event and like give me a card and everything, and they were like, "I'm sorry, I apologize," and it was actually really cool. And I accepted the apology, and we're good now. You know, it's not like. So I don't want to, just in case anybody's like, nobody can apologize to you. That's bullshit, because it's happened before. That's bullshit. If somebody really wants to genuinely apologize for their crappy behavior, for being unnecessarily mean and trolly, I'm willing to listen, and I've accepted apologies like that before. He didn't even attempt to give me an apology. That's how fucking spineless he is. Spineless! Didn't even attempt. Neither one of them. Because him and his wife are both guilty. Both of them. Thank you, Cammie. Mojo Shop, please don't make me talk about that on stream, okay? You need to leave me alone. I'm tired of your crap. Imagine having someone who is like the biggest pain in the A. Ugh. Like, what a freaking nightmare. Maybe Whiska is why Law's grill went up in fire. Hi, Ian. Sarah G. Another thing too, Crumb, I'll just say is like, when you've been doing stuff for as long as I have, and when you take as much crap as I do, like as a female, people think you're an easy target, especially assholes like M. Stone. They think you're an easy target, and they say the most fucking horrid things to you, right? So when I got a chance to go confront him face to face and tell him what a piece of crap he is, I fucking took that shit. I took that shit. Hell yeah, I did. Hell yeah. You know, it's like when you get to finally stand up to the bully, you know? Because they say horrible freaking things to you when you go public about Flat Earth, especially in the early days. So... Oh, you better believe I took that shit. That's just me, though. I get why other people would just choose to ignore it. But you know, it's like cathartic sometimes to just let these people know exactly what you think about them. Because they have no problem telling you what they think about you. And spending unnecessary time, you know, spreading lies about you, making videos about you. So it's like, sometimes they just need a little dose of their own medicine. I mean, you know, I don't go to like their channels or their servers where they hang out. Like, clearly I know I could find it, you know. I don't go there. Hello. Fact Earth. This was a long time ago. That was at FEIC 2019. You know, and it's like, what do you think he's doing there? It's like, you know, they're clearly they're there for something, some sort of interaction with flat earthers, right? Or he's just looking for attention from his stupid globy friends. So his globy friends got to watch him get owned. Anyway. M-ball, globe troll, M-stone different. M is for masturbating. That's funny. I think the guys in the balcony, the Muppets. I know, I gotta go check the chat to see what you say, but I go over there once in a while. I just have to remember. Let me see if I can put it right there. You guys can kind of see it. Good vibes. The hecklers, yeah. Thought Ted had dreads then. No, that was actually pre-dread Ted. Karen chews them up and spits them out. I know. You know, I just took so much crap for so long. I just thought, you know what? Screw you. I'm not taking it. That's all I could take, and I can't take anymore. You know, you gotta stand up for yourself, especially if you're a woman, or some of these bastards will walk all over you. You know? Even other flat earthers. I've had just as many bad experiences with quote-unquote flat earthers as I have with globe believers, you know. So if there's one thing I know, is I know that being a flat earther does not necessarily make you a good person. I've had more than one flat earth stalker, I'll say that. But of course, now that Ted's around, they don't really dare to come around me so much. Dread Ted in 2020? No. Yeah, man. You guys want to see what some of the trolls are saying under that video? Or should I just delete it? I was thinking I might just delete it. I mean, they're so horrible. And they're trying to say that you just don't know how a zoom lens works. I'm like, what do you mean a zoom lens? You mean the phone recording of the phone? What telephoto lens are you freaking talking about it? I mean, the cope, the excuses they are making for that stupid video. It's hilarious, actually. They really hate it. And then Level Earth Observer made a video. I think that's also too where all the trolls came from. Cause he's got, you know, all the trolls looking at his channel. So, he made a video and then he shouted out my channel, and I'm sure that's where a bunch of them found me from. Whatever. I don't really care. I don't care anymore. Who's Andrew Wilson? The SpaceX video I did last week. Delete it, but only after we see it. Don't just jeet it. Do you want to see what they say? Let's see. See, look at them. They're all for this video usually. Says, I've seen SpaceX launch and land their hardware. If it wasn't fake then, I doubt this one was faked. Looks fake, feels fake. Oh wait, this person's on my side. I'll approve that comment. How do you explain that I flew to this place and saw it live? Was it probably a hologram? All these people coming here saying that they saw it live. Like all of a sudden, all the people, the same people in the crowd at the launch are all suddenly on my channel going, oh yeah, I saw this live. Like, right. How many people do you think were watching that launch, and how many of them do you think actually found and gave a shit about my video on this channel? Are you serious right now? You are mentally ill, lady. You can go see the launch or capture it if you want in person. How you gonna dodge that reality? Why don't you go see the next launch to prove everybody that it was fake? Didn't I say that? Where's Scooter? Scooter, we need to go to the next launch. Beastly Orthodox Christian debater. I can turn the comments off, but you know, I don't really want to turn the comments completely off because I want people who like my subscribers and stuff to be able to comment, you know? So I just have to, that's why I have it to like approval only. So that, you know? So that I can just go through and I can just delete what I don't want to allow. And I can impose my own special brand of censorship on my channel. So I can not just have like tons of douchebags telling me that I'm retarded and stupid and all that stuff. I guess I'm done. Yeah, that was at Solar Return. Earth first, space later. Solar Return was a pretty fun event. Dave McKeegan debunked this. And it says, I am a hardcore flat earther and normally trolls like Dave McKeegan are wrong and full of it. However, in this case, he was right. Yeah, right. Whoever this person is trying to say they're a hardcore flat earther. Says I started with wrong information, blah, 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 whatever. Who cares what the launch was for? That wasn't the point of the video anyway. You believe in cell phones? What a sheep. Do some research. Cell phones are all psyops, so the government has an excuse to put 5G towers. They don't even exist. Look it up. Like, what the hell? Why don't you travel yourself to the nearest launch facility? Blah, 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 blah. This guy's saying you can see the smoke plume in the phone, but nothing else? Doesn't make sense. It still doesn't match. You've got the mission wrong. You've got the mission wrong. Look at copy and paste. You've got the mission wrong. You've got the mission wrong. How much more proof do you need to feel like an idiot? For anyone wondering, she put a filter on the comments to filter out the criticism to make it look like the video is full of support. But if you know that, why would you even bother putting a filter on the comment, putting a comment if you know that I put a filter on? What the hell is wrong with you people? Don't be so hard-headed. Dave McKeegan destroyed you. This video just debunked Karen. Didn't expect so many people in the comment section would be such idiots. You don't understand anything. I was there. This is very much real. I saw it with my own eyes in person. I understand you have difficulty understanding how cameras work. I was there. You can watch with your own two eyes. Look at all these people that just happened to be at the launch or happened to be on my channel telling me it was real. Multitude of independent person observers and tracking and recording. Okay, not that were uncut, not like observer videos. That was the only like phone video that I could find of that launch. All the rest of them were all cut up. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I saw this one with my own eyes. There's a lot of videos from different angles. Yeah, there's videos from different angles, but not from a cell phone, not from somebody who was there and allegedly watched it and recorded it, even though the video is full of other people with phones allegedly recording this launch. And we don't see any of those. On a side note, I always enjoy seeing your face on a lovely Monday. Oh, well, thank you, 13th Apostle. Hi, Jenny Spark. Jenny Spark says, newly unemployed. Anyone need a materials planning analyst? A remote preferred. A materials planning analyst? Materials for what? Why don't you daft dummies go watch for yourself? So am I fake because I was there in person? You know you can go watch this for yourself. You're so delusional. Go to a launch. Links to videos that are probably people trying to debunk me. What are you smoking? Where can I buy some? This is the best you could come up with. A guy not looking at his phone isn't aiming it right, man. Space denial crackpots have fallen on hard times. Excuse me. Anyway, it's a public event. You should go to this one. Flat Earth types are really, really dumb. You are clowns. Laughable is your brain. Then they're harassing people who comment on the video. What a stupid argument. The phone's out of focus. You dumb fuck. There are literally thousands of amateur videos showing this did happen. There is not thousands of amateur videos. Y'all know you can drive on a public road right up next to that launch tower, right? There's a public beach right there. Yeah, I'm sure. That's why there's so many videos from right there, right? You're so deluded. Karen B is knowingly lying for Jesus. This person thinks I'm lying for Jesus. That's pretty funny. Boy, some of these I haven't even watched them, read all these comments. Damn you, stupid. This is 100% real and part of history itself. Oh wait, you won't because you're just a flat earther that believes everything is fake and blah blah blah. No, see, this person obviously doesn't know me. I don't think that everything is fake. Low-key good rage bait, proud of you. Oh my gosh. Anyway, did anybody ever watch any of the debunked videos? I did not. Because I just didn't care. I don't care. They should ask Elon at the next cookout since he's their friend. Yeah. Jihad on Globers. I don't participate in comments. I got bashed on a Dubay vid. 100 people told me to kill myself. Right? Exactly. Like, who wants that bullshit? In Florida, we were headed to beach, had to walk through a crowd of rocket watchers looking at a chemtrail. Somebody trolls in the comments, maybe I should reconsider my ability to discern from a bunch of comments. Sorry, not comments, insults. Yeah. Hello, Iwan T. Or Ivan. I think you're Ivan. 12 paid people at the launch, 35 comments claiming they were there. Yeah. Production of any kind. Food, personal care, and medical device. Okay. Every single person from the launch is in the chat right now. Yeah, no kidding. But it's appropriate they called it SpaceX. Sounds like space sex when you say it. Perfect for the heliosexuals. Yes, Joss Mudge. Actually, there's a guy that has a SpaceX little t-shirt shop that he made where the shirts say space sex. Like Ernie. Oh my gosh, yeah. Then there's some guy on Owen Benjamin's thread that thinks that the Earth is a simulation. I can't stand people who think it's a simulation. It's such a cop-out. I mean, what do you guys think about simulation theory? I think it's a total cop-out, man. Oh, it's simulated. It's whatever you want it to be. No, it isn't whatever you want it to be. Said he watched T Jump trying to defend the globe in a debate and was ready to become a closet F-ear. Hi, DTC. Yeah. Exactly, a simulation of what? That's always what I think. You know, I'm like, a simulation of what? So it's like there's two definitions of simulation, and one of the definitions is that you're simulating something, right? So you're a copy of something. The other is in a computer, made by a computer. So we're either a copy of something or we're living in a computer? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. It just, you know, when you go out and it's like, I feel like, do you people even spend enough time in nature? I'm willing to bet that most people who think that don't spend very much time actually outside in nature, you know, surrounded by life, you know, all the different little like micro sort of things that are going on, the symbiosis, you know, just all, you can find life in every little single nook and cranny of this place, and you can't tell me that that's a simulation. Like, I just feel like that's just retarded. It doesn't make sense at all. Simulate these. Sure felt real. Yeah. Soul trap people are obsessed with the Matrix, so they say this is a simulation of the real world. It's just so weird. People constantly try to strongman me and say I push that shit. I know. Simulation is for people with a victim mentality. If I have to talk simulation, I add that it's divine simulation and force God's divinity into the conversation. Well, you know, sometimes I describe things that in a way that sounds like computer talk because it's how people can understand it. So, like if I say, like the way crystals grow, right? How different crystals grow in different shapes, right? They have different crystal habits. They'll be different colors. And so to me, the way to explain that is like that particular mineral is programmed by the creator to grow in these ways, right? It's just part of the intelligent design of the creator, if that makes sense. But, you know, how else do you explain that? It's like, that's basically what it is. The creator made that specific substance to have those specific properties to serve whatever purpose it serves in this realm and how it interacts with other stuff, right? Hey, Corey Christopher, good to see you. Mr. One-to-One, simulation just means created. But see, they're different though. In gemology, a simulant is just something that looks like something else but isn't. Do NPCs have souls? I don't know. Simulation implies there's a real version of this somewhere else, right? But that's weird. Every time you're in the woods, there's a chance for another first observation. Yeah. Is a dream a simulation? I guess. It's a simulation in your mind, in your subconscious mind. In a way. No, even in this Nissan plant, processing power would be insane. Yeah. Hi, Jana. A piece of glass can simulate a diamond, but it isn't a diamond. Has none of the properties of the natural. Yeah. Lowry's here? Are you just wakey? Where did you see Lowry? I don't see Lowry. And synthetic is lab grown by man, but is the same material. Yeah. I definitely don't think anything about this realm is man-made, so I wouldn't say it's synthetic. There's Lowry. Now I see you. Did you see where they're saying that folks can communicate with each other in dreams, i.e. they've shown it in a study? No. but I believe it. Hi, Nico. I knew you weren't far behind. Can also imply everything in our existence is meaningless. That's what I think the simulation thing does. Because, like, if it's not, to me, it's like simulation implies not real. And if you don't think this place is real, then why would you even care about anything that happens in it if it's not real? So, there's many reasons why I don't like simulation. And not only that, but mainstream physicists have called it a simulation. Like, they even admit, and the only reason that they admit, they're like, oh, well, there's no proof that, there could be a simulation. I've seen them say that shit. You know why they say that shit? Because none of their globe heliocentric, ever-expanding space Big Bang bullshit is provable. And it doesn't make any sense in reality. So they're like, oh, yeah, man, it could be a simulation. So it's like, it's just... I feel like that's just for someone who's not okay with not really knowing how this place works. Like, none of us know. We don't freaking know what keeps this place going. It's like self-perpetuating, it replenishes itself, it cleans itself, it's like this crazy, beautiful place that we live in. Who knows what powers it? The creator, divine energy, source, whatever you want to call it, energy. Who knows? It's pretty amazing when you think about it. It's a miracle. It's mind-blowing to think about it. The pictures and video and data is the thing that's simulated. Yeah. Dreams have been so vivid lately. Calling it a sim is a cop-out. Yeah, that's pretty much the general consensus here, is that everybody thinks that calling where we live a simulation is pretty lame and retarded. So the mud is toxic in the wake of Hurricane Helene in western North Carolina that is eating people's clothes and causing chemical burns. Stories are coming out that people are getting really sick who come into contact with it, and horses and cadaver dogs are dying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I've been hearing about toxic mud now for a while locally, because this whole thing is very local to where I live, so I am not forgetting about Hurricane Helene and what's going on here. In not so very far, like an hour west of where I live, right? So the mud in Marshall is toxic. Hazardous material protocols are now in effect. Use caution anywhere there is mud or water. An abundance of solvents or caustic chemicals is eating people's clothes. Well, and here's the thing too, because, there's a lot of mines around here. And sometimes for mining, part of mining is them using chemicals to dissolve certain minerals to extract specific materials out of stuff. So it could be that, it could be there's also a lot of textile and manufacturing jobs here. So there's some gnarly stuff going on in the aftermath of this thing. Respiratory issues, had a sore throat first few nights after the storm, sleeping with the windows open, dust coming up from the river valley, keep getting short of breath, developed a cough that continues to get worse. I saw 2 doctors after we left Swananona. The first doctor told me to go to the emergency room. The second ran lots of tests and said I have something like pneumonia. They prescribed a few different meds and they said they give people with lung issues after chemical exposure. Still having shortness of breath, cough, a lung pain. A few of our neighbors have also said they have a cough or congestion. I've read on a few veterinary pages that pets are getting sick and dying from being exposed to the mud, water, or dry dirt in the air. Oh wow. One of my doctors in Nashville said they've heard so many reports of the mud eating shoes and clothing and causing chemical burns between the Superfund site flooded at beach. Wow. Superfund site, and there's a lot more hazardous material sites in the area that aren't apparently hazard enough to warrant official EPA listing, but are nonetheless also toxic. What's a Superfund site? What is Superfund? Thousands of contaminated sites exist nationally due to hazardous waste being dumped, left out in the open, or otherwise improperly managed. These sites include manufacturing facilities, processing plants, landfills, and mining sites. In the late 70s, toxic waste dumps such as Love Canal and Valley of the Drums received national attention when the public learned about the risk to human health and the environment posed by contaminated sites. In response, Congress established Comprehensive Environmental Response Act in 1980. So Superfund gives EPA the funds and authority to clean up in contaminated sites. So here's a Superfund site. Here's one. Here, there's one up here. Ore Knob Mine. Ashe County, North Carolina. Huh. Oof. So some Superfund sites that were hazardous waste disposals got flooded. Combo of septic waste factories, factory waste, propane tanks. I know there were tons of propane tanks floating around. Gas, dead things, an 18-wheeler hauling hundreds of barrels of waste and who knows what else. And that's before we even get into EPA Superfund sites that were also flooded in the area. There are people there cleaning up who aren't wearing proper gear, people who are sleeping on the ground right now in tents who don't seem to realize how toxic that ground is. Dude, this is crazy. What a mess. Means dead land. Superfund is faked means dead land. No, I don't think it's fake. Oh, IV shortages. That's right, Cammy. IV fluid supply disruptions prompt Biden administration to invoke wartime powers to bolster recovery. What? Disruptions from Hurricane Helene exacerbated shortages of critical intravenous fluids in the United States, and now Biden administration has invoked the wartime powers of the Defense Production Act in the latest move to help speed recovery efforts. As the storm swept through western North Carolina last month, it severely affected operations at Baxter International's North Cove production site, the largest manufacturer of IV fluids and dialysis solutions in the country. Wow. After a pause, Baxter resumed distribution of supplies, but with significant restrictions on the amount that could be ordered. Since last week, Baxter has expanded order capacity up to 60% of typical volume for some of the most in-demand IV fluids. But the strain persists. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has declared multiple shortages as a result, and hospitals have been rationing supplies and postponing surgeries in some cases as the national supply chain continues to reel from the blow. On Saturday, the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued a health advisory about the shortages, warning healthcare providers that the supply disruption may impact patient care and require adjustments to the clinical management of patients. Last week, the FDA announced that it is allowing the importation of products from 5 facilities outside the U.S. to help alleviate the shortfall. And other U.S. manufacturers, B. Braun Medical and ICU Medical, are ramping up production to help fill the gaps. But Baxter's North Cove facility is a critical part of the supply chain. It typically produces about 60% of the IV fluids for hospitals across the country. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has now invoked the Defense Production Act to help Baxter obtain materials to clean and rebuild. Under the authorities of the law, Baxter will have priority access to a particular material needed to continue the remediation process and prepare for the restart of production. HHS's Administration for Strategic Preparedness and Response is working with Baxter to identify other challenges and will pursue the opportunities to make use of the Defense Production Act, an agency spokesperson said. Ensuring people have medical supplies they need is top priority of the administration. It's exactly why we are working closely with Baxter to support cleanup and restoration of the facility, including invoking the Defense Production Act, help production resume as quickly as possible. Huh. Monday, Baxter said there is good process on the site cleanup and remediation at the North Carolina location. Temporary rock bridge replaced one that was damaged by the storm, and a second bridge is being built to allow more product and equipment to come and go from the facility. The other thing that shut down, so that's interesting. So they're like working overtime to get that place up and running again because it was the most major supplier of saline. You mean the drawing of a guy blowing into balloon with pennies stuck to the outside isn't proof of ever expanding universe? It's really pretty azure into deep indigo. Hey, Fazook Films. We live in Asheville, NC, and volunteered in Swannanoa and Spruce Pine. We didn't hear anything about the toxic mud. It just smelled like mud everywhere, and you can feel something funny in the lungs. You can feel something funny in the lungs, huh? Well, maybe where, like, there could be concentrated areas of it. You know, maybe it just depends. Maybe it's people who are closer to these quote-unquote Superfund sites. You know what I'm saying? Not sure, but we feel fine. Our family church has set a supply place in Swannanoa, and I have not heard anything from them. They are there every day since it's all started. I don't know. Actually, I was watching another video too, though, the other day from somebody who was talking about the River Arts District, and when they were walking through, when the guy opened it, he said that they just stopped going in there because the smell was making them so sick. So it could just be some places have it worse than others. Down the river in Woodfin, Silver Line Plastics had a really big chemical spill, and it's not really being talked about. Hey, Ted. Canceling surgeries cross country in the mainstream. cloud seeding for weather control, silver nitrate in the rain isn't natural. Well, we don't know that that's what happened here. Wasn't there a huge chemical explosion that happened with a sprinkler system that caused a fire? I don't know. This has all been a nightmare here. I've been waiting on FEMA for 3 weeks now just to come verify my home was destroyed before they will allow any assistance. They haven't helped anyone yet here. Oh my gosh, Mike D, where are you? Conyers, Georgia? Jeez. I'm good, everyone is safe. It's just frustrating being told one thing and being lied to and jerked around. Yeah, man. I've heard more bad things about FEMA than I've heard good things. I'll say that. I've seen way more people complaining about FEMA, and then there's a couple where there's only been a couple of instances where I saw where they were like, FEMA helped us XYZ, but it's not a lot. There's definitely the majority of people complaining about FEMA. My sister has to just get out of there and come back to Minnesota. She lost everything but her animals. You're in Asheville? Oh, I thought you said Georgia. I don't know what that was in reference to. That's crazy. They approved us for assistance, but because of the fake militia threat, they have not started to do inspections yet, and it's hurting people bad. Who said that there was going to be a militia? How did that bullshit rumor start? That there was a militia? Like as if anybody's got any freaking energy to be worrying about starting a militia against freaking FEMA. Like that's so stupid. I mean, every time you actually hear from people there, they're like, we're just trying to clean up. We're just trying to help people. Like, they're so busy. They don't even have time to even hear the rumor or address the rumor or might even not know. You know, they're too busy doing stuff. Oh, the sprinkler fire was in Georgia. Okay. Now I get it. Thank you for clearing that up. How frustrating, though. It's so stupid. As soon as this thing happened, I remember, you know, looking. I didn't even have internet for 5 days, so all I had was my phone. And I remember going on my phone and searching around and, like, you know, seeing what was being said on X and whatnot. And I was just like, what are you people talking about? Nobody's talking about how, it's just straight to conspiratard land. Start talking about lithium and quartz and geoengineering and blah blah blah, and it's like nobody's even talking about, hey, are the people okay? So what's the damage like? Is there people that need help? How do we help these people? Everybody's just going straight to conspiratard land and saying stuff that isn't even true, talking about the lithium mine in Kings Mountain. Kings Mountain was freaking fine. No problem in Kings Mountain. They were better than my house. Can we call in? Okay. Oh, that's right. Let me open the thing. Oh, I see. Are you 406? Trying to call in? Call in. I opened the phones. I forgot to open my phone page. But it's there now. It's open. (11:11). Geoengineering is not retarded. I get that geoengineering is not retarded, but it's retarded in that people are making assumptions like as if they seeded the clouds. But we don't know that. That's all assumptions. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good for Monday morning. Wow. So last night I saw a video on BitChute from an older guy in Florida talking about something weird that happened on his property to all of his trees. And this guy's really into his trees. He has all different kinds of fruit-bearing trees, and just he's very much into it. Every single one of them is dead. Like he was walking around his property showing like 15 different trees, giving the names of them. And he's lived in Florida since 2003, has been through lots of storms and all of that. Milton didn't like pull the trees out of the ground or even wind damage them. All the foliage is on them, but they're all foliage is completely dead, totally dead. Like he's walking up to them and just crunching them, and they're all falling to the ground in crumbs. And he's like, I don't know what happened. It's like they all got hit with some weird heat wave or something.
Wait, where is it? Where is he at?
He's in Florida.
Okay.
And he said there's something very, very strange. And this is an older guy. He's not some conspiracy guy. You could tell he's not used to posting on social media. But he's like, what the hell is going on? This is really freaking weird. And every single tree on his property is dead or looks dead. And I was like, that's weird. I'll have to keep an eye out, because lots of other people should have dead trees if this is a thing caused by Milton. And now I see on your show all these people talking about weirdness with the mud from Helene in North Carolina, and shoes being eaten away. Weird. It makes you wonder if it's some sort of effect, if they really so this is conspiratard land, I know. But if they are manipulating the weather, if it's a side effect of weather manipulation or something, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It depends what kind of manipulation we're talking about, because some people say, oh, they just have to put an antenna up in there and put a frequency, and the frequency does it. Oh, they seed the cloud. Like, we know they seed the clouds with silver nitrate.
Right.
And that they've done stuff with dry ice and experiments with stuff like that. But those aren't, right. I don't know. Are those toxic things, though? I don't think so.
Right. The frequency thing might have something to do with it. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, none of us know.
What kind of trees was it that the guy had? Did you say?
Just
like, fruit trees?
He took us through like 15 different kinds. Some of them fruit trees. Like one was a starfruit tree. But, most of them were huge established trees, and they weren't wind damaged or anything, but they're completely dead.
So they weren't knocked over, they were just dead.
Right. The leaves weren't even blown off them. They were just dead.
That's weird. That is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I know that trees don't like being flooded, long term, so I don't know.
That was another thing he said. He said where he is in Florida, Milton started to dump rain like you would expect, and then all the rain stopped in his location. So he was saying all that just to point out that these trees didn't suffer damage from. He wasn't hit hard by Milton, is what he was trying to say. Yeah. Yep. Pretty weird, but I mean, if that's the case, we should start seeing a lot more videos, I would think, from other people saying, "Why are my trees dead?"
Yeah. Yeah, you would think.
The other thing that I was calling about is, so after last week's coffee talk, until your show, I didn't even know SpaceX was doing a thing. And a couple days afterwards, I saw some guy's video. He seemed like he's probably a flat earther. And he was just kind of theorizing that maybe that whole capture of the booster is holograms, and he thought he was seeing evidence of drones around the event, which I thought was interesting, and I sent that video to you in email. But then, like an hour later, I was watching some other guy on YouTube who I just kind of watch for entertainment, but he covers UFOs in a really humorous way, and his channel is called Casper Site. And I kind of keep my eye a little bit on the UFO thing because I'm sure they're gearing up to do, the hoax of all hoaxes, right? So this guy, Casper Site, he's covering some event that lots of people saw in multiple states around Washington, D.C. last week. And he happened to included several videos that people took of whatever this thing was in D.C. But one of the videos he included was from Texas. So this guy, he's in the UK, so he doesn't really get our geography that well, I guess. So Texas is obviously far away, and not only that, the people that were taking the video that he was watching said they were in Texas and they were aiming their camera to the southeast. And then I realized, it was exactly at the time as the SpaceX event. So it wasn't a UFO or anything weird. Well, it was weird, but they were a long, long, long way away, probably 100 or 200 miles away, looking at the booster coming back to Earth. But they didn't know what was going on. You can tell they weren't saying anything about SpaceX. They were like, what is that? Is it a plane crashing or what? Anyway, I thought it was interesting because it was a video from people that were trying to figure out if it was a UFO or a plane crashing or something like that, rather than people saying, "Oh, look at how cool SpaceX is." Do you see what I mean? It made it seem like an interesting data point for us trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And I sent that one to you too, by the way. I don't know if you had time to look at it, but like I said, it's kind of a it's kind of a stupid channel that I was watching, and kind of a stupid video about UFOs.
Oh, okay. I remember now. Yeah. I think I do remember clicking on that. And the guy has like all this alien stuff in the background. Like it's all I want to believe and all that. I was like, oh, this guy's all in on.
Oh, but he does it. I kind of like watching him once in a while because he does it tongue in cheek and he makes a lot of fun of himself and he debunks stuff as well. In other words, he kind of sincerely looks at it, but he makes a lot of money, of course, from his channel just by being funny. He's just a funny guy. Anyway, he accidentally caught the SpaceX thing in a video he included, and he didn't realize it. That's the only reason I sent it to you with a timestamp, so you didn't have to watch the whole video. Yeah. But you might want to. It's an interesting piece of footage of the event. But like if it is a hologram, it's footage from a long, long way away. Anyway, kind of interesting. And then simulation stuff that you were talking about. I totally agree. I think it's a weird cope. I think it's a cope for as crazy as the world is.
Right.
Yeah. But it always makes me think about the double slit experiment that seems to prove that it takes human consciousness to collapse waveforms and make things materialize, which is a very weird thing that they seem to have proven, multiple times around the world. Have you ever studied the double slit experiment much?
Yeah, a while ago, but yeah, early on.
Yeah, me too. It was years and years and years ago. And then they even proved the quantum eraser, which really underscores that there's something weird about human consciousness interacting with the physical world, which is that's where I think people who say, "Oh, it can be anything you want," I think it might be coming from that. Anyway, it's an interesting thing to think about. If we're all collapsing waveforms of probability into physical reality, how is it then that we're all walking around agreeing on what reality is and the physical stuff around us if each individual is collapsing the waveforms?
Yeah.
I've never understood that, and they don't claim to understand that either.
Yeah, they don't. That's weird.
Anyway,
that's weird to think about.
It is really weird. And then I think about my dog. And then I think about my dogs. Are they doing it too? As observers? Okay, those are my three things.
All right, right on. Well, thanks for calling.
Okay, see ya.
See ya. That's funny. I don't know if I'm on enough hallucinogenics to have that conversation. Weird mold or fungus. Yeah, everything that happened bad was Friday morning. That Friday morning when everything hit really early. Connect liquid pump to barrel. The plastics plant in Woofin. People's boots are melting, trying to clean everything up. It's really happening. If there was any Home Depot stores that got destroyed nearby, just think about all the chemicals from all the products getting mixed into the water and whatnot. A friend of mine's uncle was washed away and they found him 5 miles away. Oh my gosh. Resume writing service. Charlotte. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen. So I am kind of close to you. I'm about 20 miles, I guess it would be west-north of Greenville, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you can recall this or not, but 2 days prior to this hurricane tropical storm, unrelated to the storm, it rained incessantly for 2 days.
Yes.
Apparently it happened up in, yes, and that was not related. You mentioned, cloud seeding, and I think you said silver iodine. That is absolutely possible and likely. That was done. So when it comes to any kind of weather manipulation,
likely? Why do you say likely though? Why is it?
Because
likely?
I've never in my life. I've been in this region for 12 years. I've never in my life ever had it rain for 2 days straight without any kind of a major storm system going through. So
well, I've been living here
that was
since
odd.
2011, and I can recall times where it rained for more than 2 days, like incessantly.
Well, I'm here 2010. I can't. But also, have you noticed since the storm, it hasn't rained one drop in the last 3 weeks?
Yes.
And look at the forecast for the next 10 days. 0 rain expected.
Yeah,
Think
but
about that. I mean,
but
I know
the
it's October.
rainfall drops this time of year in this region anyway, though. Like, that's normally how
Third
it is.
driest month is October. Driest month is April, then November, then October. It's a dry month, but it's not this dry.
I don't know. I mean,
Just something to think about.
I'm not saying that they don't manipulate weather and that it can't be done, but I just need to see. I don't know. I don't want to just assume that that's what's happening every time there's a bad storm, because nature is brutal, and the earth, like, that's just part of the cycle of the system. Like, these huge storms have been happening, you know, since time immemorial, right? Like, it's not like we never heard of, oh, there was a really bad storm and this happened. Like, that happens, you know, like in Moby Dick, oh, there was this great swell, it was like this massive storm, and, you know, like, we can't just give. And I also don't like giving the powers that be, or the powers that should not be, that much power. I feel like most people give them too much credit of having too much control and too much power over what can be done. You know, I just feel like it's just a slippery slope. So
I respect that, and I've been hearing that quite a bit. And I like the fact that you don't want to give in to fear, and you know that's powerful, and that's a good thing. However, just to be logical, you said that you have experienced 2 days of incessant rain in this region. Perhaps I have not, and I was living in Charlotte for a while too, right? The fact that it happened at the exact same time, like this second that rain system stopped, this hurricane comes through. Yeah, I mean, is it a coincidence? Possibly, yeah, sure. Likely? No. This probably was not a coincidence. What happened, and I'm not talking about lithium, I'm not talking about King's Mountain. I couldn't give a shit about any of that. Not that I couldn't give a shit, but I'm not being a conspiracy theorist trying to say they're trying to get lithium. However, my intuition, and it's pretty sharp, you know, not just my intuition, just look at the data. It's likely, in my opinion, quite likely, that rain was intentional. And the fact that it hasn't rained not even a tenth of an inch since then is bizarre.
I mean, it could be,
I'm
also used to it getting drier at this time of year. You know, that part doesn't really seem strange to me. Now, it was a lot of rain, that's for sure. And also, I don't know if there was a guy that made a geomodels video where he did a 3D modeling of that whole terrain and why it flooded so bad. And once I saw that, I was like, oh, that kind of is crazy and makes sense, actually. Mm-hmm. That the terrain contributed to how bad the damage was and how severe the flooding was. So,
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But if it didn't rain for those 2 days, then the storm that came through wouldn't have done 1/1000th of the damage.
Yeah, they don't
even know. If it was just
know
this tropical storm hurricane, yeah.
They don't even know how much the total that they got in some areas were. Like, they couldn't even measure it. It was beyond measure.
yeah, I know. And I was in Chimney Rock about a month or so before this happened, and I can't believe that town is gone now. It's just disheartening.
Yeah.
To think that Chimney Rock, North Carolina, it's just a cool little quaint village with those shops and the river and the lake gone. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. It's definitely wild because we were there not even that long ago, enjoying all that stuff. So it's sad. It's sad for sure.
It really is. And I caught what you were saying earlier about some of the I guess toxicity issues with with the ground and all that. I didn't know about that. That's really disturbing. So I hope the people that are in Asheville and that area are careful, because that's messed up.
Yep.
So anyway, I just wanted to, quick call. Just wanted to give my 2 cents on that. And, again, I appreciate what you're doing. I love your show. And, I'm all about no fear. So, let's keep on, keep moving forward.
Yeah, that's cool. Right on. Thank you. Thanks for calling.
All right, Karen. Thank you.
Bye. Yeah. I mean, I do think they would push. I could see how they would want to like enhance certain storms to push their climate change stuff, so they can put a carbon tax on you and make you try to eat the bugs, and like I know that I get that. I get that. But yeah, I think people just I think people want to go. I don't know. It's like they're anyway. Whatever. What if the creators do hurricane? Yeah, well, hoping my tarp holds up. Raining right now in Florida, poured the other day too. They think they notice something abnormal. Yeah. And I don't know, I don't know if it was enhanced or not. It could have. Could have been, but I don't know. Most search and rescue is being done by local fire and rescue. Yes, I know. I heard that, Fazooks. That is mostly the local folks. That's the whole thing. Most of what's being done to help everybody in that area is the local people. It's not the people from the outside. Well, there are some people, I shouldn't say that. There are some people who are coming. Like, there's been rescue groups that came from, like, Texas and different other areas, Virginia. There are people that have come from around to help. It's really amazing how great people are. It really shows you. It's like when a tragedy hits, it shows you how not useful the government is, and how it's, all the people, the general population that is actually what makes things go, right? It's the people that make things go, not the government, right? That's what's really being put on like magnifying and spotlights right now. It's like, hey, look, it's the people that do stuff, not the government. Shocking. 30 inches. Yeah, I heard that. 30 inches or over 30 inches. 30 inches of rain in 48 hours. Yeah, everything was super saturated. The ground was totally saturated. That's why that's why all the trees were like ripped out of the grounds. Like if you drove around, it was just the whole stump just ripped out. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hi, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm hanging out. I'm going to forward you an email and figure out how to do this to your Proton. This just came through my inbox just now. Maybe you've covered it since before I was awake. I don't know. This is, all right, I just sent it to you. This is Golf Digest. Space Sea, a message from our partner Space Sea, Golf Digest. Sail to Antarctica with the world's most brilliant minds. So this is embark on the ultimate luxury Antarctic adventure this December aboard the award-winning Seabourn Venture, voted best expedition ship in Condé Nast Travelers 2024 Reader's Choice Awards. Join explorers, innovators, and visionaries as you sail through the majestic waters of the seventh continent. Discover the wonders of Antarctica and engage in inspiring conversations with pioneers from diverse fields. Don't miss out. Only a few suites remain. So these are the names, and I sent you the email, like if you want to show it to people, but Stephen Wiltshire, Scott Kelly, Charlie Duke, William Shatner, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Ann Curry, Celine Cousteau, and Jose Hernandez. So there's like two astronauts, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and looks like William Shatner from Star Trek, and the other two people, I don't vaguely know this. December 19th through the 29th, 2024.
Oh,
how about that?
Snap.
So anyway, you can talk about it. I'll just listen to you off there, but I just thought, you might want to take a look at that.
Yeah.
Bye, I love you.
Okay, love you too. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Space to Sea, A Voyage of Legends, William Shatner, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Charlie Duke, Ann Curry, Scott Kelly, Jose Hernandez, Celine Cousteau, December 19th through the 29th of 2024. Space to Sea. An iconic 10-day luxury voyage to the last frontier, Antarctica. Embark on an extraordinary journey with Space to Sea featuring luminaries. Luminaries William Shatner, renowned astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, moonwalker Charlie Duke. Wait a minute. Moonwalker Charlie Duke? Are they saying this guy went to the moon? Why is he called Moonwalker? Award-winning journalist Ann Curry. Acclaimed UK memory artist Stephen Wiltshire. What do you mean memory artist? What is a memory artist? What is a memory artist? This once-in-a-lifetime holiday voyage to Antarctica will take place aboard the new ultra-luxury expedition vessel Seabourn Venture with 260 exclusive guests. This unforgettable adventure promises to be a truly memorable experience. What is a memory artist? Is he going to paint a memory for you where you actually enjoy some shit or remember something you don't? What is that? I don't get it. Stephen Wiltshire, British architectural artist. Stephen Wiltshire is a prodigious cityscape artist known for capturing intricate details of global skylines after mere glimpses. Oh, okay. He's the guy who remembers stuff. He's got a photographic memory. Okay, you guys. Okay, now I get it. Honored as a member of the Order of the British Empire for services to art, his artworks grace prestigious museums worldwide. At just 5, he began drawing lifelike, accurate impressions of cities, skylines, and street scenes after having only observed them briefly. At only 8 years old, the UK Prime Minister owned one of his pieces. Okay, I actually remember this dude from many years ago. Yeah, I remember. So this guy's going? I mean, that's cool. He's an artist, but it's just weird. Huh. Anyway. So 2 actronauts. What's up with the moonwalker? The 10th man to walk on the lunar surface. Oh, so he says he walked on the lunar surface. This guy says he walked on the moon. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hey, Karen B. Tony Coriolis.
What's up, Tony? How's it going?
Not much. Just still cleaning up the park. You know, everyone destroyed it this weekend, so I'm here cleaning it.
That's messed up.
Yeah, and, you know, I just know that is what my first thought is. Whenever anyone says simulation, like, I got a bunch of idiots that come to the park and litter, but they just think, oh, the simulation cleans it all up. The simulation does the ball field. Like, no, it takes a person to clean it up, you know. It's like it's a simple thought, and it is a total cop-out saying simulation, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that first, and then I wanted to say Mario Garza, you know, who did not get to speak out at Flattober.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to see his thing too. Hurricane messed up everything.
Me
too. What about him?
Well, he made like a post on his channel, and he said he's doing like a tarot card read he'll do. So I booked a session. I did it this past weekend. I thought it was really cool. If anyone wants like some one-on-one time with him, it's a good way to do that. So yeah, I kind of got to ask him all the questions I wanted to. I didn't get to hear his presentation. Maybe he's saving that and he'll unveil it sometime. But yeah, I did that this weekend, and I thought it was really cool. I wanted to mention that here.
That's cool. Yeah, I talked to him at the event. I said maybe we could do a live stream later where like you do your presentation and we'll just do it live on my channel or something. You know, cause
Yeah, totally. He didn't even say how he kind of tailored it, knowing he was going to be talking to flat earthers. So
yeah,
yeah, I'm totally down for that. And then lastly, I just had something random. You know how like in the chat someone said like monkey in Latin, and they said like the wrong word, and you said no, it's this word, and you said
people are saying that
Latin
Reese's. People are saying that Reese's means monkey in Latin, but it doesn't. Monkey in Latin is simia. Simia.
Yeah. Simia or something.
Yeah, because you know how they call it simian? They're simians. Well, that's from the Latin term simia. Like the way that they categorize animals in different genuses of animals, it's all using the Latin term.
Yeah, no, I like that, and I've always kind of liked Latin for no reason. I've just liked it as like, you know, why ain't they talking about it that much? And so I at least looked up. I'm like a aquasemia. You know, a water monkey, but aquasemia, that's my, you know, Latin Chinese zodiac. But then I tried to look up, all the animals have a Latin name, but the only one that was weird was dragon. What is dragon? Is it Draco, would you say, or what do you think?
Well, I haven't looked it up, but Draco, possibly. That sounds kind of Greek, though. I don't know. Did you?
Yeah, I looked it up. It said, I wrote it all down on a piece of paper. I don't have it on me. I'm at work now. But I just figured I'd ask, since you at least said you know a little bit of the Latin intel.
I don't remember. We didn't really talk about dragons in Latin class. It was really actually kind of boring.
I get that.
Well... Excuse me.
Bless you.
Draconis.
Yeah, so it said that, but then also like a Draconis, and then I typed in something else on like Latin and it said like 2 words for the Latin. So it was hard to get a read on what dragon is in Latin, but Draconis. Okay, that is what I wrote down.
Draconis,
gotcha.
yeah. That
then it said for wood.
Latin.
It said for wood. It's like lignum. Am I saying that totally wrong?
Well, let's see. Yeah. Lignum.
Yeah.
Lignum.
Yeah. Lignum Draconis is what year we're in, I guess, you know. Just found it interesting, and yeah, I like the Latin stuff, and I like that you said you know, had a little pass in that. I found it interesting. Yeah. Well, all right. Yeah, I'm here at work. I'm just chilling. And 1 year ago, I was chilling out with everyone, you know, out in Vegas. Just a reminder to everyone on that. That was 1 year ago.
Yeah.
And that was badass.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
Tony.
all right. Yeah. Peace out. Thank you for taking my call. Love the show.
All right.
And yeah, have a good day.
You too.
Peace.
Peace. Mario's underrated legend. Mario's cool. I don't like the idea that mind conjures up with the word simulation in regards to reality. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean, it means not reality. It's like simulation is like the opposite of reality. Is the Antarctica trip still happening? I don't know. December is Flat Earth Hit Peace Month. Spread the word. Yeah, so this is funny. I gotta say, this is pretty funny. it's loud. So it's like this luxury ship. How much do you think it costs to go on this trip? Luxury in the bow lounge. Okay, we get it. It's all snooty. Two 6-person submarines offer unique and unforgettable undersea experiences piloted by experienced expedition team submariners. These engineering marvels offer breathtaking views of everything from the surreal subsea realms beneath Antarctic ice to plunging underwater reef walls teeming with life. Exceptionally rare experiences are available for an additional charge. How much do you think that costs? Let's see if we can find out. See Antarctica in luxury. Triple occupancy suite, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they're not even going to tell you. If you have to ask, oh, here we go, $35,500 for Veranda Suite 1. $39,500 for Veranda Suite 2. This one still has availability. The cheap one sold out already. But if you got an extra 4K just burning in a hole in your pocket, you can go for the Veranda Suite 2. Veranda Suite 3, $41,500. Veranda Suite 4, $42,500. Oh, this one's sold out too, huh? How about the penthouse one? $53,500. Oh, that's sold out. You can't afford that one. You're not. That one's done. Panorama Penthouse Suite, $59,500. Owner Suites, $71,500, sold out. Signature Suites, $77,500, sold out. Dang, man. Anyway, what a joke. So it's basically like a bourgeoisie trip to Antarctica. Hi, Rose 777. Timing of the trip. Is that supposed to be the same time when the Antarctica thing's supposed to happen? But you know, they probably all want to go so they can see the 24-hour daylight or whatever. Artists, actors, entertainers, news people, astronauts, also actors. Yeah, exactly. Here in Sweden, we have the end of the world each year. We have weeks upon weeks with rain and overcast. Some years we don't see the sun for a month plus. Around October, November equals end times climate. Archaix is completely lost in a spiral over our reality being a simulation. He's totally gone. Well, yeah. Yes, sir. Chinese dragons can do shape-shifting and they look like humans. Can we figure out The Earth is flat for $2.95 subway fare to Rockaway Beach. Or we can figure out, yeah. Constantly shaken and physically looks terrified and acts completely different now. What now? My guy said Bigfoot was blonde and gray and looks nothing like you think in your head before you see one. Well, they're different colors. They're different colors. I know someone who had an encounter with Bigfoot last week, and the dude is straight traumatized, kind of crazy. His baby language showed me all I need to know. He was way bigger than what you can ever think. Interesting. I was wondering about the squatches in the mountains during all this. If there would be any unusual encounters because there was some reports of some unusual Bigfoot encounters and stuff, like after Mount St. Helens blew its top in the Pacific Northwest. So I'd actually been wondering if there wasn't going to be some weird or unusual Bigfoot encounters. What did he say? Yeah, there's different colored Bigfoots. There's blonde ones, there's gray, red, black, dark brown, according to eyewitness accounts. He's currently messed up, terrified, and maybe he'll calm down, but it just happened a couple weeks ago. He was sleeping in the woods in his car and had a really crazy experience. See, that's what I'm saying. All these people are sleeping outside now. A bunch of people sleeping in tents who normally are sleeping in their house. I am not at all surprised. He woke up with one rocking his vehicle and he looked out the window and its hand was as large as the window. Dude, that's nuts. That's nuts. That might scare the crap out of me too. I'm not gonna lie. Because there are times when I'm like, I just want to see one. I just want to see one. And then there's other times when I'm in the woods and I'm thinking that and I'm like, do I really want to see that thing right in front of me right now, or would I just shit myself? You know? Even though I've had tons of encounters, like in my mind, there is no doubt that those things are 100% real and that they definitely have been in my yard multiple times. And I've seen it cloaked, but one in its natural form might scare the bejesus out of me. And I think that's why a lot of the times they don't let people see them. But with the unusual circumstances of the hurricane and everything being in such disarray in that area, I am not surprised at all to hear that somebody had an encounter. Thank you for calling Coffee Talk. You're on with Karen B.
Hi, Karen. This is Jenny, and I've been hearing the talk about simulation, and of course, which I've never believed. It sounds stupid, but I got to thinking about it a little bit, and the term is saying it's a copy of something else, and it got to me thinking about the Bible, where it says where Yah told Moses to make the tabernacle after the exact copy of the one that was in heaven. And then I remember Jesus praying the Lord's Prayer and saying, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And I wonder if we're supposed to be a copy of what's in heaven. And we failed miserably, but that would be the simulation. The Garden of Eden was perfect. And if we're going to be restored to the Garden of Eden, then is that possible that we're not a simulation, but we're supposed to be like heaven, and we have failed?
I don't know, but that's an interesting thought. I haven't looked at it that way before.
Anyway, just thinking about it.
That's interesting. That's an interesting point of view.
Thanks, Karen. Pardon me?
I just said that's just an interesting point of view. I'd never thought of it that way before, but maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to see what Jack says about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot. I love you, Karen. You're awesome. I appreciate you a lot, and keep up the good work.
Right on. Thank you. Thank you for calling.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. And 16 Alpha V has pants on now. When I saw Bigfoot in a dream, I shot it. I didn't pass the test. Thought I saw one cross the road in rural Alabama. It was a weird moment. Yeah. Crazy and cool to see a Bigfoot. He said it had to be traveling through the area because as big as it was, it could never hide in the area he was in. It was way too large to be in the area he was staying in. Well, does he know about the Bigfoots and their cloaking abilities, though? They can hide in plain sight, so I wouldn't be so sure about that. I wouldn't be so sure about that. If you don't have a real ID, you're just a simulation. I do not have a real ID, although I'm probably going to get forced to get one next time I go. We saw Bigfoot up north in Michigan, early 90s. They're big. Why did Bigfoot cross the road? That's funny. So anyway, I started to bring this up earlier and I never did. But if anybody wants to take time, I would suggest going to this channel. It's called the Geo Models. And it says, why did so much water flow to Chimney Rock during the Helene flood? And he has a whole layout of how this land goes. And what's trippy is like when the guy's talking about it, I was looking at it, and before he points it out, I'm like, it looks like a cross, right? So there's a valley that goes this way, and then right perpendicular to it is another valley or set of smaller valleys, and it all goes into this one spot and comes out this way.
Goes in the Piedmont,
and so he talks about how the storm came up this way and pushed up against this, it's like a little divide here where the elevation goes up and then you have the Blue Ridge Mountains, which caused it to rain even harder than normal, right? And so here's where he talks about, you can see where Chimney Rock is and Lake Lure, and like it's got this cross-shaped thing. So when the water came and dumped right here, from all these sides of the mountain, it all flows into this one area and comes shooting out down towards Chimney Rock. And I was just like, wow, I had no idea. And he also talks about how, just sort of like these things going this way, the longer these rivers and stuff flow this way, the more erosion that happens and makes it more severe, right? Which I see happen in my backyard in my little creek, boy. After this hurricane and storm hit in my back creek, the creek in my backyard looks it looks different. The shape has changed. Things have fallen. I lost major old growth trees. The banks are different banks now. It's completely different. And Ted and I have a lot to clean up back there if we want to be able to go walk back there again. Like we used to go, like it's like, your own little private hiking area sort of. And I can't hardly walk back there. But we would go back there, we'll camp back there, we'll have bonfires back there. We're like backyard camping, and it feels like camping because you're like in the woods. Anyway. But this channel, he goes over this whole thing of why it happened, right? And so all the water came flowing from these all this whole area down into that one main valley there. And that's why it was so severe. And so anyway, I just thought it was a very interesting video because I think there's something to be learned from all of this stuff, you know, and also to the one caller's point who says we haven't gotten any rain since then. That's another thing too. Like, this is the erosion or whatever bad stuff happened, and like everything got knocked loose. All kinds of the sides of these mountains that had got knocked loose, right? So what happens next time we get another heavy rain? Probably more stuff is going to come out. More stuff is going to wash out because, you know, it's not done yet. You know, the landscape is completely changed and things are not where they were before. So now it's probably going to keep happening for a little bit until things settle, you know? So anyway, I just thought it was very interesting because he talks about the before and after. So this is how Lake Lure used to look, and that's how it looks now. And like this is even like a bunch of debris that is like washed out from the valley into Lake Lure. You know, it's just wild. When you see the lay of the land, you're like, oh wow. That's why it was so bad, right? So it's kind of, you know, so, you know, when I look at stuff like this, like I get the whole geoengineering thing, and I get that they, you know, want to push that stuff to push their climate change agenda and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's like, you know, sometimes it's like you can't even really see the danger until it's too late, and then you look at it after the fact. It's like they say, hindsight's 20/20. And so, you know, it's really sort of like an unfortunate sequence of events. The extended raining before the hurricane hit, the unusual path the hurricane took. I don't know. But I think the biggest deal currently is how the lack of the government response and the lack of the government help to get to these people. You know, like we have the most sophisticated military on Earth, but we're not going to send them in to go to these mountainous areas to try to help our own people. You know, they'll send these crazy SEAL Team 6 deep into enemy territory, you know, to go assassinate some asshole, but they won't, you know, use those same resources to come and like do good in the world, to like save lives. You know, it just goes to show you the priority of the government. That dude that does those videos, a professor at UNCA in Asheville. You mean this geo models guy? Because he sounds like he's pretty local. He talks like he knows this area. Anyone the name of the Bigfoot documentary claiming to have zoomed in and detailed footage of him? That is Todd Standing, and I think I think those are hoax videos personally, but that's, you know, some people think it's real, some people think it's not real. I personally do not think it's real because he doesn't show any video of them getting up and walking away. Like, let me see it get up and walk away, and let me see it do the Bigfoot walk, because you can fake a human-ish Bigfoot face with all kinds of makeup and stuff. So to me, I don't think his videos are proof. I don't believe it until I see the walk. You gotta walk the walk. Walk the Bigfoot walk. Otherwise, it's undetermined in my opinion. Because it's the only thing that shows that it's true. Yeah, GeoModels Billingtano, that's the guy. I liked this video. I thought it was very interesting and it made a lot of sense. You know? It made a lot of sense. And so then, you know, and I'm not gonna try to defend the governor. Like, I don't like our governor. He's a dipshit moron Democrat guy. and he was saying that some of these places probably shouldn't be rebuilt. I don't know that he's not wrong about that because of this. Like if I hadn't seen this, I'd have been like, what the F's that guy talking about? But then once I saw this, I was like, well, maybe should people think about reconsidering where they rebuild at, because you've already seen what's possible here. And if they are doing geoengineering and shit, maybe you don't want to live right there in that white spot, that low spot down there, you know what I mean? Maybe you don't. I certainly started rethinking wanting to live in the mountain area after this all happened. So I don't know, time will only tell really what is to come of all this. But also, if you feel like, hey man, what are the chances it could happen again? This is a 1,000-year storm, right? Got another 1,000 years, I'm good. You can just build right back up in there. Maybe some people will, I don't know. People like to do strange stuff. Oh, he did another one. What happened to mountainsides during Helene? Yeah, there's another guy, that Mark Honeycutt guy. Let me see if I can find that video. Yeah, this guy right here, he took his drone, and you can see he like went hiking up in this area, and with some of his drone footage, it flies. There's one point where he takes his drone and he flies it up the mudslide to the first part of it. And it was wild because you can see the top of the mudslide was like round, like it was just like, that's where the beginning of it was. Like it just, the side of the mountain just gave way and just like snowball effect just started sliding down the mountain.
Closer to the peak, you can actually see. This was a...
Here we go. See if this does it. Yeah, right here. Look at that. So he flies the drone up the mudslide and you can see where it starts, like right here. It just bloop, it just fell out and then fell right back down the mountain. See, does he turn around and go back? Yeah, so there you can see right there, it falls out. That's the beginning of it. And then he turns around and you can see the route it took. It just all the way down the mountain. A mudslide track. I thought that was some of the coolest video yet. This guy's done a really good job of going through and showing what's happened in the mountains. This is another good channel you can check out. He's usually like a paramotor guy where he flies those little things with like a parachute and a motor, paramotor, right? And he just flies around. But he's local to the area and he's been doing a lot of hiking and walking through and showing what's been going on here. He made that video that debunked the whole thing about Chimney Rock being taken over and being, you know, eminent domain and the government telling them the people aren't allowed to be there. That was all bullshit, right? The government was not coming in and taking over Chimney Rock. And this guy showed that was not true. He hiked into Chimney Rock and showed what was really going on. So there's some good channels of some local people here that are showing what's really going on that I've been subscribing to. It's interesting to see. Hi, Eric DeLeon. Yes. Yes, Eric. Ted is he does lots of stuff outside the house. I love it. He's the best. I love him. I would build up with concrete and a very high foundation. Yeah, they'll probably, or they'll put houses on stilts like they do in the Outer Banks, right? Like that's what they started doing on the coast, because if a hurricane comes in the coast and causes a surge, well, they just started building the houses up one floor. They started building them on pillars. So maybe they'll come in there and they'll be like, all right, we just need a boop, 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 put some pillars, raise the house up to this point. So next, if that happens again, it'll just go under you. Hopefully the side of the mountain that your house is anchored into doesn't fall away. You know? Some good rock hounding now, I bet. Boy, you not joking. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, 80,000 years ago. Smells like a land grab. I mean, it could be, but what would they be doing a land grab for? So that they could build houses where it'll wash out in a big storm? Like, what is there to land grab for there? That's what I'm like. I'm not against it, but I just want to know what they're land grabbing for. You know, I know this is a very mineral rich area, but people here aren't typically against mining for minerals. I mean, the lithium mine, they kind of are, because it's kind of toxic, the crap that they do to get the lithium out. Plus, who cares about electric vehicles? But nobody's against the quartz mine. You know what I mean? Like, and then there's other mines, you know, here that are open. They let people dig for minerals and stuff. Like, they're not industrial mines, but... And there are some industrial mines. But these places, these like podunk, you know, very rural places. I mean, podunk is probably an insulting way to describe some of these places. But you know what I mean? Like the more rural places, like Swannanoa and Black Mountain, like these are not big cities. But those two places were hit extremely hard. Like those towns were like washed away. And so, is there a land grab for that area? And for what purpose? You know? I don't know. So I guess time will see how it plays out. I don't know. I saw you trying to debunk the moon theory. The reflection is real. We live on the moon. You think we live on the moon? Okay, guy. Look, hey, if you want to believe you live on the moon, have fun with that, my guy. I live on Earth. And the reflection that people show doesn't match anything that we know about Earth. Travel, commercial travel and commerce and trade and sailing all prove that the moon map is complete nonsense. But if you want to continue to believe it, have fun. Have fun with that. But what natural resources? That's what I'm saying. Whalers on the moon. I live on melted taco Earth. Oh my God. What do you think? Do you guys think it's a land grab? Because it's like the places that got hit the hardest are these really rural places. Like they just don't seem like they're the most desirable places to live by rich people. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. Help me out. Or what do they want? So it wouldn't be a place to live. It would have to be for resources, but let's see. We can pull up the geology map again. Didn't they find a big amount of lithium? The lithium's in Kings Mountain. Time will tell. I know in Spruce Pine, BlackRock just purchased a property for lithium. But is it for mining lithium in Spruce Pine? Because I never see anything like that. I never see anything to back that up. Shutter's critical quartz. I know they were saying the quartz mine got shut down, and that's the main that is the main source of pure quartz for the tech industry. So for me, I was saying, well, if they did it on purpose and they hurt the quartz mine, aren't they hurting themselves? Because they want the quartz to make the chips and sell the tech, right? So hurting the quartz mine doesn't make sense on purpose, in my opinion. Unless somebody can give me a different a point of view that I am not thinking of. Two mines in North Carolina that monopolize high purity quartz could face disruptions due to Helene. And I know that was Spruce Pine, but I know that Spruce Pine recently reopened. Questions have begun swirling around the status of the two mines in Spruce Pine. So, Sibelco, which extracts quartz, is one. Does anybody have any... Tiny town got slammed by Helene. Quartz mine, Spruce Pine quartz mine. So there's two major quartz mines up there. And then this is Gaston County. But Gaston County is east of me, where Asheville and Spruce Pine is like northwest, right? So that's all in the mountains. This is Gaston County, which is the county directly next to mine. And this is back in May of 2022. A lithium mining startup promised to make a rural pocket of North Carolina a clean energy boomtown, but perceived slights and concerns over water have turned neighbors against the project. Right? So there was people against it because they don't want the mine to contaminate the water table. But again, nothing bad happened in Gaston County. Like, that county was not hit as bad as everything to the west and in the mountains. So lithium's Tar Heel foothold. Let's see if it talks about other places. 1.3 billion battery plant in Greensboro. Electric car maker VinFast announced it would build its first U.S. plant in North Carolina. Hyundai confirmed Savannah, Georgia, the site of its next big electric vehicle factory. South Korean battery behemoth SK Innovation was already building its manufacturing hub in northern Georgia to supply lithium packs to the Tennessee factories, building Ford's Electric 150 and Volkswagen's signature crossover models. Price of metal overall surge, lithium hydroxide, Where's this? This literally looks like my front yard. Okay. Gaston County pit mine. So this is Gaston County. That's not Asheville. That's not Spruce Pine. So How do I find where BlackRock is buying stuff in Spruce Pine? Whatever, weirdo. Everything's a land grab. Corporations are buying up residential property. Well, that's all. Yeah, that's been going on for a while. I agree. They take advantage of they definitely take advantage of a crisis. Never let a crisis go to waste. Hey, Chris Van Maitre, good to see you. We synthesize quartz in the laboratory quite efficiently. Yeah. Maybe it didn't go as planned. Maybe they wanted to destroy the part of North Florida, let the people wanting to get out for the second hurricane not have a place to get out. I don't know, man. Chuck Jackson says, because of your love of crystals, I got an 8-sided citrine Vogel cut crystal. Nice! Very nice. I bet that's a nice piece. I saw some quote-unquote Vogel cut crystals at the gem show that me and Cammie and Crumb and Emily went to this weekend. And I will say, and I was holding some of them, and I will say this one particular crystal, when I held it in my hand, the giving end, the end that the more steep, because one side is the end that goes in and the other side is the end that goes out. The part with the end that went out, when I held it to my hand, I felt heat coming off of it. That was bizarre. It was a bizarre feeling. It kind of creeped me out. Like I put it down. I was like, oh, that feels weird. I'm not gonna lie, that was weird. I was just like, why does it feel, I feel heat coming off of this thing? And it wasn't like intense heat, but it was like, it was weird. It was really weird. So, and it made me wonder, is this thing cut right? Like, are you supposed to feel that? I mean, I don't know. Because true Vogel cut crystals are freaking expensive, man. They're like hundreds of dollars. Especially because there's like only like 1 or 2 people who are like authentic Vogel crystal cutters. Like they learned from Marcel Vogel himself. So, I don't know. But that was a weird feeling. I should have showed it to Cammie, but it creeped me out and I just put it down instead. Everything above 3,000 feet was destroyed? What are you talking about? Quartz mine is back up and running. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it has anything to do with the quartz mines. It's a land grab for the most abundant mineral on Earth. Bullshit. That's funny, Chris. Had a crystal and I felt heat from the tip. Yeah, it was weird. 400, yeah, they're not cheap. They don't need a land grab. It's mostly national forest up there unless it's surrounded by a surrounded city. Government owns anything anyways. They own the parkway. They could take any mountain they want. Yeah? I mean, sometimes nature is destructive. Sometimes it's just an unfortunate circumstance. But I can't really, I'm just not able to find anything about BlackRock and that area. Like, I know they're involved with the Piedmont Lithium project and all that, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, that's what I saw at the show yesterday that I meant to go back and find, was they had sputamine crystals. And you know, sputamine, that's how they get lithium. And these sputamine crystals were this really bright yellow color. They were pretty cool. Should have bought one. But I was kind of bent on getting some blue fluorite, which I did find, and it fluoresces too, so. Piedmont Lithium Project. And Piedmont, yeah, here's a railroad tracks. Bessemer City and Gastonia. See, Kings Mountain's right here. And then this way, west, I'm west of here. So this is Kings Mountain Mine. And then, boom. That's where the spodumene, lithium producing spodumene ore is. So I just can't find anything about there being any sort of lithium production in that area. Now, let's see. What I did find, Piedmont. So there's a website, Piedmont Lithium, right? You can go to their website. And then you go over here and you go projects, Carolina Lithium, right? And this star, look at, see how it's down here? That's where Kings Mountain is. Asheville's way up here. Again, see, here's Shelby, which is the biggest city closest to where I live, and then Bessemer City, Gastonia, Cherryville, okay? Proposed integrated lithium project. Okay, so it's up here, next to Kings Mountain is the proposed project. So that's not in Asheville. That's, yeah, Lincolnton, Cherryville, that's like pretty close to where it already is going on. See, it's all, I mean, not that I'm for this project. Like, I think it's bullshit. I think electric cars are bullshit. And I've talked about this before where they mine, it takes so much resources to get, just enough lithium and cobalt to make these stupid car batteries. You know, they mine hundreds and hundreds of tons of material, and like 99% of what they mine is waste. Now, I don't know if it's like that here at this lithium mine. Maybe it's a higher concentration of lithium, so it's less waste when they're mining for it, but it's not, still, it's stupid. Like, we don't even need to be doing this, right? We don't need to be mining for lithium to make these stupid electric vehicles with these batteries that catch on fire and they can't be recycled, and then they go die in a wasteland, you know? I'm sure they're like, blah, blah, blah. How does the half moon get that straight line? Hopefully this is my once-in-a-lifetime storm here in Asheville. If it happens like this again soon, then I'll be concerned, very concerned. That's what I'm saying. Next year we should be good. Maybe they had bad aim with the hurricane machine. That's what I said, Ian. I'm like, maybe they missed. Not sure what happened, but I see multiple articles in the beginning of October where BlackRock signed a $90 million deal. That's what I'm saying. I think a lot of it was BS. Has somebody from Florida, I've been monitoring hurricanes for 20 years plus, they are definitely being steered in different directions. I mean, I don't know. Maybe? I watch a guy that goes from state to state in his car and looks at all the population statistics, all stats, conditions of the houses, and the population is like half of what it was in the 70s, ghost towns. You know, that's really weird, right? It makes you wonder. Like, I think overpopulation is a myth anyways, don't you? They try to tell you that we're overpopulated. Like, that's part of their bullshit control. Oh, there's too many people. We don't have enough resources. Stop having babies. They're like trying desperately to get us to stop having babies and to make us not do what we're meant to do. Hey, thanks for the tip, James. Richie, appreciate you. On Rockfin. Hello from Arizona. Hi in Arizona. Trump is in Asheville and Swannanoa right this second. Oh yeah? Is he? Let's see. Come on, I was trying to search Trump. I wanted to look for news. Well, let's see if I can look it up here on X. Here we go. President Trump has just landed in Asheville, NC, to meet with the victims and see the devastation caused by Hurricane Helene. These folks have been essentially banded by the Biden-Harris regime. Powerful, a man who lost his entire business in Helene prays over Trump and the country. I can't think of anything I'd rather have than a warrior leading our country, a warrior with faith and prayer who will lead these communities back to greatness.
We lost everything. We had 70 plus buildings when we drove here.
And Mike Stewart, the owner of Pineview Buildings, is here. Mike? Mike, please.
Yeah, we had a business right across the street, like with the Swannanoa River flowing on the backside of it, and we lost everything. We had 70 plus buildings when we drove here 2 days later, and there wasn't one building that was ours, but there were houses and trailers and tankers and all sorts of things that were strewn across our property. And we lost a business, but there are a lot of people who lost everything, including loved ones. And I believe that you can serve as a great inspiration to this community right now. And the reason being is, I think God's given you an indomitable spirit. And no matter what gets thrown at you.
Okay, like, I don't want to hear them talk about how great Trump is. Like, talk about the people, talk about what's going on. Oh, here we go, here's Trump making fries at McDonald's.
Got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand. Very good. Nice and full.
Thank you.
Good. Open it up. Keep it tight. Got the salt on it. Never touches the human hand.
Except for the fries that fell outside and hit your hand and then fell back into the thing. My goodness.
On Right Side Broadcasting Network. This is President Trump's second stop in less than a month to a storm-torn area. It was Valdosta, Georgia at the end of September, and now in Asheville, paying his condolences, sharing his remarks about FEMA's response, and also being with the local prayed for President Trump. You're watching live coverage.
What
right
did
here
he
on
say
Right
about
Side.
FEMA's response? Where do I get to watch that? What did he say? Does he say they did a good job, or is he criticizing their shit?
No, Elon Musk. I said, do you know Elon Musk? I said, I happen to know the gentleman. What's your problem? Do you think you could get Starlink? I said, what is Starlink? Explain to me. That was communication. Because as you know, your communication, I see the poles all ripped down all over. You had almost no communication here. And I said, so what do you need? He said, we need Starlink, and we can't get it. There's nobody that knows anything about how to get it. So I called Elon, and literally, actually, strange, before I hung up.
Okay, I want to hear what he says about FEMA.
Storm, you do not have to return. If you had to relocate because of the storm, you do not have to return to your home. county, you can request a ballot for your temporary housing location, but you need to make sure you do it today. Today's your last day. So get out and get that done and vote. But
Oh, he's telling people how to vote for him?
I don't have to talk to anybody. They're literally setting records with this kind of devastation. I think it's an amazing tribute. That's an amazing tribute that something like that could happen. So to everyone here in North Carolina, we love you. Together we'll pull it through. We bless you, and God bless you, and God bless America. We're gonna make our nation stronger and better, more beautiful, and a more joyful, to use a phrase from somebody else that doesn't really believe it, but we're going to make it a more joyful place. We're going to do things that nobody thought were possible. We're going to have our country back. We're going to grab our country. We're going to take it back. We're a nation in decline. We're not going to be a nation in decline for much longer, that I can tell you, and we're going to make America great again. Very simple. It's a very...
Good Lord.
Restaurants. I know that you perfected offered because you know I also own McDonald's restaurants. I know that you perfected your skills behind the counter a day or so ago, and it was my honor to present President Trump with the French fry certification pin. So thank you so much for being here.
Why is everybody pushing McDonald's so much now? How much do you think McDonald's paid to get in on that?
The gentleman, what's your problem? Do you...
Anyway. Before you sign off, oh my god. It's 6 minutes long. Do I need to play this and listen to these douchebags? Couple on Swan and Noah on YouTube. Let's see. It's on mute now.
You were probably surprised like I was. Well, I would be in favor of it. Yeah, this is a very unusual situation, and I would be in favor of it. Now, you know, in theory, they're supposed to have it, but they spent a lot of money on bringing illegal migrants, people that came into our country illegally.
Would have been on the ground with FEMA in this area.
Oh, here we go.
People privileged. Thank you very much. And I'm also a North Carolinian, but I'm from the eastern part of the state. I grew up in New Bern, so we were used to the storms down there. But for this storm to come up, the trajectory that it did into this area was nothing short of just astounding that happened. And I'm so sorry. You know, I had the privilege of a lifetime of serving at the SBA administrator under President Trump, and I can tell you that SBA would have been on the ground with FEMA in this area, working to get people back in their businesses, getting their home loans processed, because we want the economy to get back on track. So hopefully you're going to have that service. If you don't have it now, you will. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you.
Do you have any questions, please? Liz? Well, I would be in favor of it. Yeah, this is a very unusual situation, and I would be in favor of it. Now, you know, in theory, they're supposed to have it, but they spent a lot of money on bringing illegal migrants, people that came into our country illegally, and taking them in, and all of the money they've spent numbers that nobody can even believe. So they don't have any money for the people that live here. They got hit by one of the worst storms, possibly the worst storm ever, but one of the worst storms in the history of our country. And it's a shame, because they should have the money. They spent money that I don't believe they're supposed to be spending for that, as you know. So I think it's a disgrace what happened with FEMA, what's happened with their rescue effort. Their rescue effort was almost non-existent. And by the way, I want to thank a man who was really incredible. When I came here, close to here, but not, I couldn't come here because it was not the appropriate thing, as I told you. But I got to know a couple of people from North Carolina, officials that were terrific, doing a very good job, very much involved. And they said, do you know Elon Musk? I said, I happen to know the gentleman. What's your problem? You had almost no communication, and literally, actually estranged before I, pretty amazing. And he got it here really, and went from non-existent to probably, Ted, probably very hard to get. Thank you. Right? Well, I'm not hearing the good things about the governor here like I'm hearing about the governor in Georgia, as an example. I'm hearing the governor in Georgia has done a very good job, and I don't really know the governor here, but I'm not hearing that he's done a very good job. So that's the only thing I can say. And certainly, you have all heard the same stories.
The governor's a Democrat, so of course he's not doing a good job.
Right now, and the reason being.
That's really nice. I would like to thank some of the people that have come. Senator Ted Budd, who's been so fantastic, a great senator, and become a very popular senator too, highly respected in Washington.
I'm speed it up a little bit.
And he's here, and I'd like him just to say a couple of words, Ted, if you don't mind. Please come on up.
Mike, I want to thank you for your prayers for the president and for this region, because people who first looked at this and they said this might be days or weeks, but this is going to take months and years. And Mr. President, I'm grateful for you coming here, and I want you all to know, as the president I spoke with his team, he was like, when can we come to North Carolina? I said, soon, Mr. President. But there's a lot of work to be done, and nobody understands that like a builder, how to build, or in this case, how to rebuild something. So, Mr. President, I appreciate you coming here, your heart for the people, your love for them, and it's going to take a lot of work for Western North Carolina, and I don't think anybody that's running for office understands it as well as you do. So thank you for coming, for your understanding, for your love for this country, and we look forward to making what's a great area greater once again. God bless you.
Interestingly, I came actually right after the storm. I'd like you to know that. And I came to North Carolina, but this was so rough, so bad, we couldn't come in. I didn't want to come in, actually, because I wanted you to do what you had to do. I didn't want to be in anybody's way, but we were in North Carolina immediately right after the storm, first one. And I said, you got to let them just work for a little while. And believe it or not, a lot of progress has been made. You look at how it is, hard to believe, but a lot of progress has been made. So it was an honor to be here very early. Thank you very much. Also, along with the senator, who really has been doing fantastically well. I'm proud of him. Representatives Chuck Edwards and Virginia Fox. Okay, where's Chuck?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Thanks so much for taking the time to come to Western North Carolina. We've seen other folks do a flyover. It is so heartening to see you here with some dust on your shoes, actually seeing what's taking place. It means so much.
This guy's got hair like Donald.
Whose lives have been turned upside down.
Look at them, they're hair bros.
Who's lost loved ones, whose businesses have been destroyed. We're so incredibly honored that
Donald's like, yeah, we're hair bros.
emphasis
We're
on
hair
this
bros.
beautiful community.
We've got the
For those
best
of you
hair.
Who did not get to see it, I offered, because, I also own McDonald's restaurants. I know that you perfected your skills behind the counter a day or so ago, and it was my honor to present President Trump with the French fry certification pin. So, thank you so much for being here. God bless you. All right. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Tim Moore is here. You're a very special House Speaker, and he's been a great friend of mine for a long time. And thank you very much for where are you, Tim?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Come on.
Thank you. Well, I'll just say, as the Speaker of the State House,
I was trying to find out what he was talking about FEMA.
his team have been in touch with us from day
Would it
one.
be back here? Does he talk about it first?
Back in the White House. Thank you, sir.
Not good. Not good. I'm here today, and
What's not good?
being here, that's quite a scene. Driving up, you see that kind of destruction. Actually incredible. To see that is incredible. It's the power of nature. Nothing you can do about it, but you got to get a little bit better crew in to do a better job than has been done by the White House. It's been not good. Not good. I'm here today in Western North Carolina to express a simple message to the incredible people of the state. I'm with you, and the American people are with you all the way. We're going to continue to be with you. We'll see what happens with the election. And we're on January 20th, you're going to have, I think, a new crew coming in to do it properly. And help you in a proper manner. To every family that lost a loved one,
So he's
or a loved one,
criticizing.
this terrible storm,
So there, he's kind of
yes,
criticizing
God, give you
the
strength,
federal
comfort,
response,
peace,
which would be FEMA.
comfort and peace. It's been a terrible ordeal in this area. It was hit about as hard as anybody's ever seen. To all those homes, and your homes have been destroyed. Many
Trump
of you
is
are
a living
rebuilding, and many of you are
cartoon.
going to just start all over again. And the communities were ravaged and destroyed. We're praying for you, and we will not forget about you. We will never forget about you. We're going to be working with you for a long time to come to get it back together. When I'm president, I will stand with you until the communities are fully rebuilt. Every single inch of every property will be fully rebuilt, greater and more beautiful than it was before. We're going to have better.
There you go. Trump says
What
he's
happened
going
in
to
this
rebuild
neighborhood,
it. He's not going to
communities
land
all
grab it.
across
He's going to
North Carolina,
rebuild it.
South Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Virginia, Tennessee, was an act of absolute devastation. Helene's vicious floodwaters tore wives from the arms of their husbands, mudslides, buried entire families. Grandparents died
From now on,
alongside
I'll
their
always go to
grandchildren.
Domino's. They pulled up mobile
Homes,
pizza
towns,
ovens in
farms,
Nashville and
roads,
straight
bridges,
started
schools,
handing out
religion.
pizzas free for
They
days
now
after
lie
the
in ruins, so
storm.
beautiful, so
Nice.
beautiful, and
That's
they're
actually really cool, Mike D. See, I like to hear stuff like that. It's good to hear stuff like that because then you'll know, you know, or at least whatever Domino's that came from, right? Because I think they're franchises, so the franchise owner would have had to have been in charge of that. So whatever Domino's that was doing that, yeah, man, they deserve to be patronized in the future.
into action with such great heroism, including the incredible firefighter and his nephew who lost their lives trying to save their.
Have this conversation at a national level. We'll keep Western North Carolina on the map and not leave the communities holding the bag on the back end of this. That you're taking the time. I just want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for everybody here. The biggest fear that Western
I've
North
seen this guy
Carolina
in
is sitting
videos before. I'm not sure who this is, but I've seen him
have an
before.
opportunity to have this conversation at a national level. We'll keep Western North Carolina on the map and not leave the communities holding the bag on the back end of this. That you're taking the time. We're also appreciative in the timeline that you did it. Gave us space to operate and function and gave us space to provide relief where it needed to go. We're very grateful for that, Mr. President. Thank you very much, sir.
Great job. Thank you very much. We're also joined by Brian Burpo, owner of Diamondback 4x4, where we are today. And Brian, you have a very interesting story to tell. Do you mind telling it?
Thank you. So I got a phone call from my general manager, and he said, well, the building's underwater. And I couldn't believe it because the river is so far away from us, and I thought he was just playing a joke or whatever else. But we finally made our way to the building, and I couldn't believe what I saw when I got off the Swannanoa exit. We lost bridges, we've lost businesses, we lost homes, we've lost people. The devastation here is just not anything I would have ever imagined. So I thank all of the first responders, all of the nonprofit organizations that have come to our aid to help with the machinery and the people, the hands, the boots on deck. It's amazing. I am overwhelmed by generosity. And even with everything that's going on in our country today,
He didn't say
for the
FEMA.
last 3 weeks, that was put to the side. And everybody joined together and lent a hand. Some people couldn't be here, so they sent their contributions with somebody else, and they indirectly helped. We need those people still. We need that support. We're good on water, though. We got plenty of water. So
That's what everybody keeps saying. Stop sending water.
water laying around if anybody needs water. But we are very humbled and honored that that you guys keep us in your minds and in your prayers. We're going to need that for quite some time. So, as there are still families that are displaced from each other, pray for peace for those folks, some peace of mind. Mr. President, I can't thank you enough for coming out. I've had it in the back of my mind. I even made a comment to somebody. Trump would just show up. Trump would just show up. We need it. We need that shot of hope in the arm. We need that. We need to know we're going to be okay and not forgotten.
You will be.
Thank you.
You will be. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great job. And Mike Stewart, the owner of Pineview Buildings, is here. Mike?
Anyway, they sure aren't saying thanks to FEMA. We need more golf courses in mediocre luxury resorts. All the Domino's trucks came from Charlotte at the headquarters, but there's no telling how much money and supplies. That's pretty awesome. Domino's was the only hot food I ate for 2 weeks after the storm. Denny's restaurant also put a mobile Denny's tractor trailer at Home Depot and started handing out dinners also. That's really cool. hey, yeah, these big companies that can afford it, they should be helping out. And some of them are, so that's good. Yeah, having hot food, I get it. I get it, man. Even me, because I didn't have power for 5 days. And that the not having like real food after a few days, you're like, okay, I need real food. I can't be eating like, I don't want to open a bag and eat snacks out of a bag, and I need hot, steamy, real, delicious food. I totally get it. Can you search transcript for FEMA? Is the transcript on here? I don't see a transcript. Well, I'll just say this. Trump took a dump early on about the federal response and nobody here is saying thank you, FEMA. So I guess that kind of tells you where that's at.
Carolina, we'll stop throwing our money overseas, and we're going to let our country benefit. We're going to put America first. It's time we put America first. We've been helping countries for 50 years. We've been helping them for 50 years, never stops. And when we need help from them, they're not there. So that's the way it is. But it's vital that we not let this hurricane that has taken so much also take your voice. You must get out and vote. The polls are open for early voting every day between now and November 2nd.
Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. Don't forget. So I see too, there's this wrongful death suit being filed against Impact Plastics. Impact Plastics, led by Mr. O'Connor, chose greed over the safety of its workers as a complaint cites. The deaths caused by Hurricane Helene flooding were not just tragic, they were entirely preventable. The lawsuit was filed by the family of Johnny Peterson, who was working at the factory September 27th, shortly before the storm pushed the Nolichucky River over its banks, turning the area around the factory into rushing rapids. In all, 11 plant workers were swept away by floodwaters and only 5 were rescued. Oh, damn. One worker, Rosa Andrade, is still missing. We're still actively searching for her today. According to the lawsuit, Peterson and other workers were surprised and upset by a September 25th email with the subject line Friday, indicating they would be working on the day the storm arrived, even though the area was under a flood watch and local public schools were closed. The email said to turn off your computers since the power will be down over the weekend. The complaint alleges Impact Plastics did not brief workers on an emergency action plan despite being located in a floodplain and may not have had a flood evacuation plan at all. The Friday, the first shift began at 7:30 a.m. even as heavy rain was already falling, the lawsuit states. Employees were instructed that the shift would proceed as usual. Even as water was beginning to leak through the roof. Peterson's family's lawsuit paints a picture of increasingly frightened and desperate workers fearing their efforts to escape the flooding were already too late. Peterson texted several photos and videos to members of his family, which are included in the lawsuit. Vehicle submerged and inoperable as he attempted to take refuge in a semi-trailer off company property, according to the suit. Peterson had one final text exchange with his father at 1:27 p.m., the lawsuit says. "You okay?" Peterson's father asked. "Not for long," Peterson replied, and he was never heard from again. Peterson did not die at the factory, but on the only available route from the workplace after he was dismissed from work. Tennessee is investigating a plastics factory that Helene swept away after its workers. Here's what we know. 11 Tennessee plastics plant workers swept away by Hurricane Helene's deadly floodwaters are demanding answers from the company after its officials claimed no flood warnings or alerts were issued before the workers' shift. I mean, that's crazy. Horrible. I had lost a lot of faith in people, but this storm showed me different. People came together and were helping each other who had just lost everything, helping someone else who just lost everything. Yeah, man, it's crazy what's been going on.
Up for young people, all the way to 34%.
Only 60.
Come on, let's be honest here. There is no debate. No matter what they say, there is no debate about the shape of the Earth.
The thing is, I don't debate established fact. And if you're going to enter into a debate with someone, especially with Flat Earth, then you're sort of giving validity to their argument, when of course there is no validity to the Flat Earth theory.
But you built your whole channel off of that
bottom of the
Simon
barrel.
douche.
I asked you to debate one of them flat Earth guys.
No, I don't. I can't. No.
I know. We talked about it, and we were gonna have him on Skype.
No, that is something that should not be debated. Does not belong in front of an audience getting debated.
And it doesn't matter that your cognitive dissonant, Dunning-Kruger riddled minds can't grasp basic facts. The Earth is a sphere. There is no debate.
A recent representative poll in North America found that 5% think the Earth is flat and another 6% aren't quite sure.
It goes up for young people, all the way to 34%.
Only 64% are convinced that the world is a ball. The world is a circle. That the world is a, what is it, a spheroid?
Unfortunately, that is not a made-up statistic.
How's this flat Earth thing like catching steam?
There's no doubt that interest in flat Earth ideas has spiked.
What happened?
What happened?
Why are there so many flat Earthers?
That's what blows a lot of people away. They can't believe how much traction this had.
It's not just YouTube.
TikTok has now become a haven for flat earthers.
It's Twitter, it's Facebook, it's all of them.
The narrative is crumbling. People are finally waking up.
How do we solve that?
What are we to do?
How did we get to this point to where people actually believe this? You had 3 PhDs in
guy's a
astrophysics
douche.
over here, and you had 3 flat Earthers next to them, and they were doing a debate.
The flat Earthers would win every single time. Every single time. The flat Earthers would win every single time.
The reason why is because a small group of people who become very good debaters, they're so flashy and they make really good YouTube posts.
Or maybe we just have a stronger position.
We're not, claiming pseudoscientific, unverifiable, crazy claims that can easily be debunked. That's why.
Now that I think about it, while flat Earth might be pretty niche, I think that maybe people willing to argue against flat earthers is even more niche of a group.
The amount of people who are publicly willing to talk about flat Earth is almost none, right? It's offensive to a lot of people. The fact that someone will believe it, it offends the very soul of many people.
I mean, it's a joke watching it anymore. Once in a while, you might have somebody that might have a little bit of emotional intelligence, but notice what you're doing to these people. You're bringing out the ugly. You're ripping off the mask because that cognitive dissonance is getting shaken up.
That's what those guys get reduced to when they try to defend the globe model. That's what they're left with because there is no defense for it. There absolutely is not.
And I say, let's keep pushing it.
It's a campaign of hearts and minds.
I don't call myself a flat earther, but, watching globe debaters, they're pushing me towards flat Earth.
If someone shows up to watch their first flat versus globe debate,
They will notice the flat side is calm and collected, while the globe side spirals. Why is this always the way?
Debate was massive. That was what really woke me up, is just seeing how frequently globe earthers just get absolutely destroyed. It's embarrassing. That's one of the biggest things that really woke me up, is just seeing how they have literally no defense for anything.
They don't have an argument. They don't have a defense. They have none. They have none.
Okay, so I wandered into the flat earth space at about 4 a.m. this morning, and they were wrecking the globers, okay? Completely wrecking them.
He's an outsider, he's undecided, but he's saying that you guys look like fools, man.
Giza Santu says, I was globe earth my whole life until I saw Craig's arguments. Now I'm 100% flat.
Let's go! Yes!
Fuck the flat earth or whatever his name is. FTFE thinks he's so smart. I'm not a flat earther, and I can't stand this dude. So illogical and emotional.
Like, I could never in a million years imagine behaving with such little to no dignity, such little to no shame, with such a high level of this empty shell of hubris, that it's pathetic. I mean, from a woman's perspective, it's like watching a worm, not a man.
Oh, pathetic. It's just pathetic.
It's pathetic. No dignity.
I would say I currently would think the Earth is globe, but I've been watching a lot of your debates, and I find it pretty bizarre how no one's able to really debunk anything you say.
Maybe there should be some training course or something like that, but it's the younger or the less experienced globers don't help the cause.
That is very true. Those are eaten alive by lions. They just devour him. Blood is
squirting all over the place. And there's nothing left of the glober at the end.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome how easily we appear to be scooping all of the fence sitters. They all sit there and are, they have no dog in the fight. They're just looking at what's say on this side, look what you say on that side, and like you said,
this garbage.
They don't stand a chance.
Ugh. Right on. McToon claiming he's Christian. I mean, he could be. There's other Christian, flat earth debunkers, quote unquote. Like, look at Danny Faulkner. He's like Christian scientist guy. That's cool, Lowry. That was a cool little vid. Little vid. That's cool. So, is that it? Are we done for today? It's 1 o'clock. That should be good. I need to finish editing video. I got other stuff I gotta do. I think it's time. It's time to end the coffee talk and do a little bit of adulting. Anyway, I appreciate all of you for being here, for adding to the conversation. It's fun. Crap, sorry I've been tied up all morning. Mark, you're late. You're so late. I'm about to end the show now. Who had you tied up all morning? Was it DJ? Shout out to Lord Racer. Member for 16 months. Whoop whoop. Hey, you might be the first one who gets the actual bee, the one that looks like a real bee. All right. Yes. Yes, it was DJ. All right, you guys. All right, everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of the week, and I will see you all on the flip side. Yeah, buddy. And for those who wish to send me stuff through snail mail, you can send it to P.O. Box 10, Earl, North Carolina, 28038. There are also links below for Flat Earth merch, and you can send me donations, and I do appreciate all the support. Sincerely, thank you very much. Also, please go to flatearthfestivals.com for all information about upcoming Flattoberfests and Flat Earth-friendly local meetups. If you are organizing a local Flat Earth meetup, email me at flatearthfestivals@protonmail.com with your meetup information to have it listed on the website for free. For everything else, you can email me at karenbfe@protonmail.com. Thank you for being here.